We should be live. Let's just wait and see until I can hear myself like always. Zephyr says, I'm here first, Spartan. Hi, Zephyr. Nice to see you in here. Oh boy. We are live. Should be live. Yep, I hear myself. Check. That's good news. Okay. Let's, I hate to do it, but whatever. Let's end this farming run. And let's do a little tournament stream. How about that? What's up, Cody? Cody Light. How you doing, man? We're just, some stuff to collect. We're fixing to do a little tournament stream here. And hope that we can get back to Legends League. I started my run earlier this morning. So this is kind of what we're looking at in terms of the bracket. But it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I might be able to get third place. But I definitely should be able to get fourth place. So we'll see. But here's my tournament stuff. My, history, I guess. Yeah, you can see my two most recent Legends tournament runs. One was finished rank 22. The other rank 28 with the same amount of waves. So that just goes to show you RNG is a thing, and different brackets can be easier or harder than others. So first things first, let's check out, not good. Orb resistance, enemy attack speed, plasma cannon resistance, that's annoying. Fast ultimate, yeah, maybe an issue, but probably not. We'll see. Winston Watts, hi Spartan, I finally made it. Yes, you did finally make it. Thanks for popping in. Josh H, evening. It is indeed evening. Yeah, sorry for the later tournament time today. I kind of got caught up at work, so... But let me just do this real quick for the event. And whoops. Where did the other one go? Whatever, it's fine. So I've got some reroll shards here. I don't think I really want to use them on... Wait, what? What's wrong with this? Oh, whoops. Restore level. Max. There we go. Really quickly, I'm going to pull modules and see if I can get a Dimension Core. Because if I do, then we get a Mythic Dimension Core. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Oh man, Cryosis. Wednesday streams always superior to the weekend streams. Let's go. Your secret is safe with me. Just don't tell the people on Saturday. So, let's see what stats we're looking at here. I could get a wall health instead of the shockwave frequency or lifesteal. Actually, I really need to get... So I either need to get package chance on this, but it will cost me 500 per, or I can give up bounce shot and attack speed and try to get crit factor for my chain lightning. What do you guys think? I feel like the smart thing to do would be to try to get crit factor. I don't know. I'll give it a second for you guys to comment on that. Winston Watts, nice. I ruined my Orb Devo by dropping ultimate weapon cooldowns, but not death wave cooldown. Man, rookie mistake. Yeah, it happens, dude. So I have Nuke in here. I'm going to take Nuke out because I did that for a milestone. I probably want EHP stuff because I'm back in Champions. Let's see what I want to take out. Extra orbs, sure. Range, sure. Let's do that and that. For the meantime, let's take out Berserker and put Cash. And let's take out... Escrit. Here's the workshop. Nothing has really changed. We're still just, blendering it up over here. Enhancements. This is what I'm looking at here. Zephyr says, Spartan, does each bounce shot have a chance to proc chain lightning, or is it just the initial hit? I believe it's each bounce shot. That's what I think. But yeah, I have no idea what the proper conclusion would be to the reroll decision. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, actually, I'll spend these coins really quickly. What do we want to spend them on? Can I get more crit factor? I can't. But I can get more... Ooh, wait, how close am I to enemy skips? Not at all. Cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and just do these two. Crit multiplier. What do we want to do here? Screw it. Damage per meter, rend armor, all of the attack stuff. And hopefully, yeah, I should be good here. I think what I'm going to do is try to get crit factor instead of bounce shot or attack speed. So I'm going to put, where is it? Crit factor, there we go. That should be good. 9 trillion coins. How nice that must be. It is nice, but it did take quite a while to get to this point, so keep that in mind. But you can get there soon enough. Let me double check. Mythic or legendary. Screw it. I'll do epic too. I don't care. I just need crit factor. All I need is chain lightning damage. That's all I need. Not what we're wanting, but it will be okay. Ooh, crit chance. That might be good if I can get it mythic. Not what I need. Give me something, please. Not what I need. Crit chance. Am I really not going to pull like a mythic or legendary anything? Holy cow. Wow, that was sad. Like what? 11,000 reroll shards and we got absolutely nothing? Story of my life. Okay, well, whatever. This is what we're rolling with modules. I think my cards are pretty well set up the way I want to have them. And I'm just going to leave wave skip on because why not? Plasma cannon, I'm going to leave that on as well, even though it's going to get nerfed, but it'll help me out a little bit. Let me make sure I have time. Okay, 7 minutes before we have to start this thing. I already checked that. I already checked this. What else do I need to check? Oh, yes. So we will up our range lab all the way. And shockwave size is already good. So we should be good to go. Okay, we are going to start. And I'm trying to just kind of not really rush this, but the Champions tournaments are quite long. So grab some popcorn, grab your beverage of choice. I'm currently drinking a Fruit Punch Powerade. And yeah, we're gonna do this little tournament run here. I haven't even reached 1 billion in a run yet. Well, like I said, you will get there. You will get there. Goose. What's up, Goose? Evening, Spartan. First place incoming. I hope so. I mean, here's the bracket. First place is pretty high up there, but we're going to try to, at a minimum, get place 3 and maybe try to get place 2, but we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, I'm turning off my damage ultimate weapons. I do pretty much have perma chrono field now, so that's good. You can see it just basically goes off immediately. If I get 2 galaxy compressor procs, that's the kicker. But yeah. What's up, Ghetto? Good luck on the run. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that all of y'all's tournaments went good. I hope that we made some progress. Maybe not in terms of our rank, but at a minimum, hopefully we got higher waves than we usually do. J-Bread, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, really quickly, guys, could y'all do me a solid and just throw a like on the live stream so that it can be pushed out through the forbidden YouTube algorithm so that hopefully we can get some more people in here because more people's fun. Ben Dover. Hello, everyone. Hope y'all are having a great day. I hope you are having a great day also. Goose, I'm holding strong in 3rd in Plat Tourney. First time making it to champ, possibly. Nice, yeah. I mean, there's literally only 5 minutes left until people can't join anymore. So let's hope that maybe our boy Goose can get to champs today. That would be cool. I forget what the relic is that you get for going to champs, but anyway. Yeah, man, I should have thrown on intro sprint and just went for it. Choices. Oh well, it's fine. We're doing it now. But in the meantime, thank you guys for the support on my Blender versus Orb Devo video. It did way better than my turtle guide that I made. But to be fair, that video wasn't necessarily aimed at the overarching audience that I have. It was mainly aimed at like new people that just start looking at the tower. Because there's not a lot of like brand new player content out there, which is difficult when you're getting into a game that's this complicated and there's not really a lot of like available resources. Like, I mean, when I first started, I didn't even know about the main tower Discord. Like, I just was playing the game. And yeah, I'm fully aware that it's like right here, the Discord button. But how many brand new people are going to open this and see that and click on it, you know? But sorry if you guys can hear a weed eater in the background. My neighbor is going to town. So the main goal here, obviously, like I mentioned, turning off damage ultimate weapons until basically our death wave ring goes away. And oh no, Jay Plays is live too. Oh, this is embarrassing. I'm gonna pop into his stream and oh wait, JP978. That's where everybody is. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, where is everybody? Yeah, that's right. They're all in JP's stream. His is probably going to be more entertaining than mine. But so fun fact, I've actually been talking to JP978, and I've been talking to him about basically his build, and I'm heavily considering kind of going to something similar to what he's doing. So he's doing a basically orbless Devo that revolves around death wave damage and chain lightning. So I don't know. It seems pretty interesting, and I might try to look into it. I'm just going to go ahead and get all these easy things out of the way here. Whoops, that's not an easy one. Okay. Meandering Mike. Well, time to go watch JP. Hey, you know, pull up a tab on both and just, you know, go in and just say hi to JP, but then come back here, you know. Spartan, you have more viewers than he does. Oh. That clearly means that I have the better tower. Just don't worry about comparing like lifetime coins or anything like that. We don't need to do that. Just take my word for it that my tower's far superior to JP. Yeah. When's a good time to unlock the wall? So there's a bit of conflict about that. A lot of people basically say to unlock wall, you want to get on average around anywhere from like 500 billion per day to 1 trill per day. And the reason for that is, I'll show you briefly, but the wall labs are quite expensive. So you can see here, like the wall fortification almost costs 1 trillion for me at this point, and it just gets very expensive very quickly. So that's personally what I did. I do know that you can you can start earlier than that. You just want to make sure that you have enough coins coming in to basically fund those labs. But yeah, I hope that maybe kind of helps. But a good kind of starting point to, I would say, start thinking about it is when you're making maybe like 250 to 500 billion per day. That'd probably be a good starting point. Goose says 28k stones. Spartan. Yes, I am not a free-to-play player. I've got skin in the game. As soon as I got Chronofield, I was good for a couple days, right? And then I essentially cracked and was like, well, I need permanent Chronofield ASAP. So I did what I had to do. But it's still not perma, as you can see. It's a little bit further behind than my black hole, but not by much. So, ooh, let's go ahead and do that. Cryosis, can we get a video explaining all of the Devo strategies? I've actually thought about that. So, that's definitely something that I want to do in the future. It's going to probably require quite a bit of research and, like, I mean, me talking to people about the different strategies that are doing it. And that might be the biggest challenge for me, is finding people that are doing like each of the unique variations. But that's definitely something that I want to do in the future, 100%. Ben Dover, a Spartan would never lie. I believe him. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yes, I am honest. I am not a liar. I don't understand what's happening. Strawberries, says, clearly you own an air fryer. Oh, maybe you heard my wife cooking something. Hopefully it's something good. I'm kind of hungry. It's been a long day at work. Looks like 15 seconds off Perma Chronofield. Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, at this point, I think I'm not really going to put more stones into the duration. I think I'm just going to kind of max out the lab and see where that gets me. And then at that point, if it doesn't get me perma, then I will go back in and start upgrading the duration. But for now, like, this is what I'm rolling with. I have 50% speed reduction, cooldown's already maxed, and I've put a little bit into some of the various labs, as you can see. But yeah, we're just doing stuff, man. Wallthorns is crazy long research time at the top end. Yeah, I've heard that. Like, mine's only, I think, level 11. 10 or 11, I can't remember, but it took long enough to just get it to that point. And I basically just stopped whenever I got to the bare minimum. So, it's whatever. Wallthorns is L16 would take... Oh, lab speed 16 would take 37 days. Oh my gosh, that is freaking wild. Yeah, if you guys aren't working on lab speed, probably consider throwing some levels at lab speed, because it's pretty good. J-Bread. Honestly, feel like I got Permachrono too early. Feels like my stones would have been better spent elsewhere. Yeah, I kind of wrestled with that too. I really debated between either investing into Chrono or continuing to build up Chain Lightning. But I feel like my Chain Lightning's at a pretty decent spot at the moment. It's not quite good enough to, like, super hold me through Legends League, but we're kind of, slowly trucking on there. I really am considering actually starting to develop smart missiles, because I've heard that smart missiles are one of your bigger damage sources in, like, the late game. So I'm thinking about doing that. There's no way to run this game with the screen off, is there? The app must be open all the time. Yep. Yeah, it is the only game with the word idle in the title that does not actually allow you to play the game idle. So, yeah. That's kind of a frustration that I have. Like, the closest thing that they have to idle is you can put cinematic mode, but that doesn't even do anything, It's kind of dumb. All it does is makes your phone like this, which I guess is cool, but whatever. Actually, I might leave it like this for a little bit. Oh, no. Well, actually, I'll start with this. What's up, Rayanne? He says, hello. I made it. Yes, you did. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing a Champions tournament run, so it's probably going to be a longer stream than my previous two that I've done. So feel free to grab a snack of your choice and, beverage of choice, and hang out. Cody Light. Guys, I might be in trouble here. He says, kind of a dumb math question, and you guys know how I feel about math, but he says, how do we know when we've reached perma-status with our ultimate weapons? My critical thinking is non-existent today. Yeah, that's a good point. So you can do the math this way. So if you have, for example, I have a mythic galaxy compressor, which takes off 17 seconds upon getting an activation. If I compare that to my black hole duration, which is 33 seconds, oh boy, this is going to be rough. 33 plus 17. That's 50, right? That has to be 50. I'm pretty sure that that's 50. Anyway, that matches my cooldown and then therefore is perma so long as I get an activation with my galaxy compressor. And more than likely, with my package chance being 63%, I generally will get at least one, if not two, in between waves. But yeah. That was not a dumb question. I too struggle at critical thinking sometimes. Zorg says Poison Swamp is a really strong ultimate weapon. Yes, I've heard that. I've heard, like, I mean, especially Crowbar and Greenie, pretty much every update that they've done in the past recent while, they've just basically hyped up Poison Swamp, and there is some merit to Poison Swamp. It does a lot of damage, it slows the enemies on contact, and it has a chance to stun. So, in terms of, like, utility, it's pretty dang good, you know? It kind of checks all the boxes, at least in terms of, like, you do damage to the boss, you slow the boss, and you have a chance to stun the boss. So, yeah, I think a lot of people have been sleeping on Poison Swamp, but it's pretty good. Cooldown less than duration is perma. Yes, that's a good point too. So there are ways to kind of get around it if you don't have Galaxy Compressor, and that is you can get the, oops, I can't do it with this module. Let's just open this one. But if you get like the, where is it? Black hole cooldown and duration module effects, that's another kind of cheat that you can do. But, you know, you have to weigh the opportunity cost of that, because then you're giving up maybe stuff like Golden Tower, what's it called? Golden Tower bonus and black hole size, chain lightning damage, you know, stuff like that. So you just have to kind of weigh the opportunity cost of that. The stun can be labbed up to, whoa, over 80%. I didn't even know that. So I don't actually have, the last two ultimate weapons I have to unlock are Swamp and Inner Landmines. And I'm not going to lie, up to last night, I was heavily considering going with Inner Landmines. But I was talking to another tower YouTuber, Ryan, and he was telling me that pretty much Swamp would actually be quicker to get use from and be more effective than Inner Landmines. And he was kind of talking me through what that looks like, and literally, like, he looked up the cost for Inner Landmines and the cost for Poison Swamp in terms of stones to get it, to basically get it in like a useful status. And I was very much surprised. I was like, wow, Poison Swamp seems to be the move. And yeah, Ryan does have a really good channel. But I'm so jealous of his tower, dude. Like, his tower is just friggin' absolutely crazy. Hey, JP, what's up, man? Shout out to JP. We were just talking about you. Everybody was mad at me because I started my stream right when you were also streaming. But luckily for us, you were in Legends League and I'm in Champions League. So, yeah, there's that. But I'm starting to think some of us content creators should all like start our own little Discord group and basically just say, hey, I'm planning on streaming at this time. Does that interfere with any of you guys? No, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, maybe. Swamp can be large enough. It can cover your range. What? There ain't no way, dude. That's what I'm saying. I really feel like I'm going to go with Swamp next. When the death wave turns blue, it means a second wave went off, right? Yes, that is correct. Matthew says, I have a natural sync, no good modules. Should I upgrade cooldowns ×3 or duration of black hole in Golden Tower? So I would be curious of what your current stats are, because if your Golden Tower bonus is not very high, you may want to start putting some stones towards that. If your duration ideally is over 12 seconds for Golden Tower compared to Black Hole, you'll probably want to get Golden Tower up to above 12 seconds. Because of the synergy with the Black Hole perk, that's why people do that. But that can be a good option. Black Hole size, like if your size is not super big, you may want to consider putting some in that. But yeah, don't just get like tunnel visioned on dropping the cooldowns, because even if you have a max cooldown Golden Tower with no development in the duration or bonus, you're not going to get a whole lot out of it. So just keep that in mind, you know. But I would say if your other stuff is pretty good, I don't see any problem with just dropping the cooldowns. Oh, my wife and daughter are doing something. I hear a lot of loud noises in the background. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Swamp with perk way exceeds the range. Dang, that's awesome. Swamp with no perk and near max lab can exceed the range a bit. That is awesome. Yeah, I've been working on my chrono field range. You can see what it's looking at right now. Uh-oh, my daughter's crying. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, bear with me here. I don't have a way to mute my microphone. But it is past her bedtime. And she's at that awkward stage of being a new child where they don't want to go to bed when you want them to go to bed. So that's where we're currently at with our parenting journey. Shout out to any of you guys that have kids. Whoa. Why was my tower bugged? Did you guys see that? That was freaking weird. Battle condition. Crying child. Oh boy. Just wait till we get to wave 1000 and we get maximum heat. That's when like the full meltdown happens. Like there's no turning back kind of meltdown, you know. It's game over. The run is over. The stream is over. The YouTube channel's done. That's when it's time to call it quits, you know. Oh man. That's funny. At least we know she has the heart of a Spartan. Indeed, I mean, she is my flesh and blood, so I would hope so. If she didn't get anything else from me, I'd hope that she got that. Oh boy. So enemy skips are slowly getting where we want them. Obviously, I want to try to get attack and health to 33% as quickly as possible, but we'll see. Just announced my wife being pregnant on Sunday, so I'll be floating in the same boat soon. Nice, man. Congrats. That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to have more children, but in this economy, oh boy. Love hearing your kid, LOL. Every time you're like, I hope y'all can't hear her, yet we hear her perfectly clear. Oh. I only made it to 990 this tourney. What league were you in? Were you in Champions or Legends? What were you in? But inheriting your account? Yes, my eldest child will inherit both my account as well as my YouTube channel thing and maybe the Discord server. Only if you guys are nice. But oh boy. Actually, I can't even do that. I already told Dark in the Discord server on a call once that if I ever quit YouTube and quit the tower, he can have my channel and the Discord. But don't worry, guys. I don't see myself quitting anytime soon. I am very much so addicted to this game. So don't even worry about it. Champions rank 6, rank 6, wave 990. Yeah. I'm I'm very curious how the battle conditions are gonna affect me this time around. I feel like the fast ultimate can definitely be detrimental. Just like the chance that they have to speed up the fasts buff up to 4 nearby enemies. Yeah, so it's gonna get to a point where basically the bosses are perma sped up, and that will be very difficult. But at that point, you know, we can throw on, I don't even know if we throw on slow aura for that. I don't even know. I've been putting some more development into my EHP stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to farm higher. And I think my damage stuff is actually looking pretty decent, but like my death wave health, this is something I've needed to kind of get done for a while. My health regen, this is far too low. There's really no excuse for this. Obviously, the death wave cells bonus, that I'm probably not going to take to max because I'll probably stop upgrading it when it gets to like a week or more for an upgrade. We'll see. Adopting dark in essence. Yes, in a sense. Yes, dark. Whenever he shows up in the stream, I'll just let him know. I'll be like, hey man, you can be my child, I guess. What is happening? Ugh, sorry for the low energy stream, guys. I'm quite tired. It was a busy work day. Arthur, what's up, man? Says, what level is your death wave damage? So currently we're sitting at times 46. Obviously at some point, especially if I do try to do... Oh no, the stream's getting all wackadoodle. Oh boy, what is happening? Anyway, obviously if I want to go to like a more orbless Devo strategy in the future, I'm going to need to get death wave damage higher. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. You can call me Da Father. Yeah, that's right. Free ups card makes a difference for your Rens and ELS, but swap it out near the end. Yeah, I'll probably, like, once we actually start taking some damage, I'll probably just sub it out for slow aura. That's more than likely what I'm going to do. Actually, wait, do I have attack speed on? Yes, I do. Okay. Trying to cover all the bases. Is the Death Wave Cells bonus a close second to lab speed? I would say it's definitely not a close second, but I kind of, like, whenever I'm upgrading stuff, I will upgrade it in terms of, like I'll categorize everything out, right? So I'll have my econ stuff, my damage stuff, you know, things that maybe I think will help me for tournaments. Like, I will mentally kind of categorize all of these out, and then I'll go through basically spurts where, like, for example, the last few weeks, I basically upgraded nothing but lab speed and damage related stuff, as you can see. Currently, the only two labs I have absolutely perma are lab speed and chronofield duration. So everything else is kind of whatever I think are the needs of my tower at the time. And right now, I would love to be able to, farm higher in tier 10. Because right now I'm kind of capped out at like 6,500 waves. So I feel like if I up my death wave health and my regen lab, that should kind of give me a bit of a nudge, maybe up to like the 7,000s. And obviously at some point I'll go back to damage stuff, but right now for me, I feel like it's back to EHP for the time being. Tags, good luck with your run. Thanks, man. I'm curious how your run went. Hopefully it went well. That is exactly what I do. Free ups out, slow in. Yep. And I swap cash out for either ultimate crit or landmine stun, depending on battle conditions. Yeah, landmine stun might be good for the fast ultimate because they can speed up basics and, you know, tanks also. So I might do landmine stun. Oh, my daughter's screaming again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Having an almost 2-year-old it's a challenge. Thanks, man. Early follower. First time catching a stream live. Appreciate all the info. Hey, man. I appreciate you for being a long-time viewer. Let's see. I got 254 waves and finished 22nd. Nice, man. That's awesome. Congrats, dude. I need to figure out how to stay in Legends. That's what I need to do. Because I'm going to have to figure out how to talk now for 4 hours or however long this tournament stream is. I think next time, realistically, I am in a champions bracket, I'm just going to throw on intro sprint. I don't even care. Like, I'll just intro sprint. Or, not intro sprint. I'll put on wave accelerator. But yeah. Chain lightning bailing me out, but I need chrono field to develop more. I know the feeling, dude. It's a grind. Oh, dude, you need to check out KP's tower. He made a video making fun of different tower YouTubers, and you were one of the people he made fun of, Tags. So do with that information as you please. But I do want it on record. He did not mention me in the video, which either means I am irrelevant or it's impossible to make fun of me, you know? I mean, I'm an old man. I do suck at saving gems. There's a few smaller things, but there's nothing really crazy. Intro sprint is a crazy move. Yeah, I mean, I say that, but it's only 100 waves, so it wouldn't be that crazy. Atomic Annie, what's up? How's it going? It's going pretty good. We're just doing a little tournament stream here. Hopefully going to aim for rank 3, but possibly rank 2. Maybe rank 1. We'll see. Rank 6 Legends with... Oh my gosh. You're sad about that? Why would you be sad about that? You're getting keys. Oh boy. I just need to figure out how to actually make it to Legends and actually stay in Legends. Even if I'm in the very bottom of the barrel, I don't even care. I just want to stay there. I want my name to stay with the Legends icon in the main tower Discord, and that's that. At what point do you start looking into tournament mode? I barely have Blender build going, so I assumed that I don't have to worry about it at all. That's a good question. So what I've always said in terms of like lab upgrades is do whatever you think is like upgrade things based on what you think your tower's weaknesses are. So for you, if you're basically like you just got Blender kind of set up, maybe you're trying to figure out how to get more coins so that you can better develop your workshop and then ideally perform better in every aspect of the game. If that's the case you're in, what you may want to do is start working on either like EHP stuff, the health lab, the health regen lab, stuff like that, the defense percent lab up to level 23 if you haven't already. That's one path you could go. You could also go like the econ route and start working on like your ultimate weapons that have coin bonuses or your coins per kill bonus, cash bonus, different things like that that will help you also progress a little bit quicker. Or the crazy thing is, this is a game and we can all play it differently. So you can upgrade whatever you want. If you want to do a little bit of health here, a little bit of coin bonus there, freaking do it, man. You know? There is, I will say, there is the effective paths worksheet, and our boy Tags actually made a really good video on how to kind of set it up. So if you would like to check that out, go check out Tags' YouTube channel, and you can watch that video. It is a little bit long, but the effective path worksheet basically kind of gives you a general guideline of what will be most efficient, quote unquote, both in time and value for you to upgrade. So it can be a very useful tool. Like, for example, with my labs, my sheet told me basically to upgrade super crit stuff for the damage category. And prior to that, I was just upgrading crit factor and damage pretty much because I thought that those were the best. But I found out that I would actually get more effective damage if I started working on my super crit labs. So it can definitely be useful. Oh, I have used it for now. Let's see. When going for a glass cannon build, are we supposed to just hard focus on crit labs in the attack research section, or are there others beyond that that can contribute? Yes. So, I mean, really, you can read. Oh no, the stream's going crazy again. Sorry guys, my internet's terrible. But yeah, I was always under the impression that super crit was pretty much not as good as crit factor, but apparently that is not necessarily the case. I think crit factor might still be the best, but I think super crit is definitely high up there, like if not equal to in value. But what was that? Why did I pull up my chain lightning? Oh yeah, you can see the stuff here. It says like accounts for crit, super crit factor, and chance. So any of those will basically influence like your ultimate weapon damage, if that makes sense. Josh says Spartan adopts Dark. Turns out Dark is Spartan's dad. Dark has children. So tell me, how did you become your own grandfather again? Oh boy, that is a complete mind. I don't want to use profanity on the YouTube. I don't know if that's allowed or not, but that's a complete mind screw. So I'm not even gonna try. Oh, Spartan, I stopped researching lab speed, defense absolute for now, to get some shock chance and max out death wave cell bonus. Hey, high five. I am also trying to put some levels into death wave cells. Super crit is actually really good. Yes. I worked on it way too late. Yeah, I want to take my levels a little bit higher. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Yeah, like basically level 8 and 9 for both of these, but there's a lot of stuff I want to do, but I am limited to card slots. And I am following the EHP recommendations for now, since I haven't unlocked many tiers nor labs. Yeah, I mean, if you're still like farming in tier 1 or 2 or 3, I would say for now just try to work on your EHP stuff personally. I mean, especially like Blender, you can work on the attack speed. Like if your attack speed lab is too low, you're going to struggle with enemies hoarding your tower and basically killing you prematurely. So it may be a good idea to also, along with EHP, kind of put some levels into attack speed so that you can knock back the enemies further. That would probably be my suggestion for you if you are farming at a lower tier for now. Crit factor is always the best because of the ultimate crit card. It double dips with damage. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I did not know that, but yes. And I think I do have the ultimate crit card on. Yep, there she is. Look at that. But crit factor first, and don't max it before also doing some super crit. Yeah, that's a good point. It's sort of like a spread the love mentality. Like, do whatever takes the least amount of time. Not the least amount of time. There are definitely some upgrades, like, for example, chronofield duration, that regardless of the amount of time, I'm going to get a lot of value from doing it, which is why I have it going perma at the moment. Same thing with lab speed. Like, lab speed's one of those that, yeah, it's taking me like 2 weeks per upgrade, but, you know, I'm getting a ton of value out of it. So as a general rule, you can keep super crit multiplier 1 to 10 of damage and crit. 1 out of 10 of damage and crit. Interesting. Any recommendations for workshop attack? I mean, the workshop in particular, it's a lot of it's going to depend really not as much on the workshop, but your labs, because anybody can go in and start leveling stuff up, but not everybody necessarily makes the best choices with their lab upgrades. Like, I put 11 levels into starting cash for some reason. I still don't know why I did that. But yeah, I think the real better question would be like what kind of labs would be ideal to sort of start with in the attack tree. But if you don't have a whole lot of coins to really max some of this stuff out, some really good stuff to max ahead of time is like, obviously like crit chance, crit factor, damage per meters, okay. All of your like chance stuff, so like multi-shot chance, rapid fire chance, bounce shot chance, as well as the targets. Like most of the stuff in the attack tree will be beneficial. One thing to maybe consider not doing based on like your black hole size is you may not want to have max range if you have a very small little black hole. But, you know, more than likely with the question that you're asking, you might be running Blender anyway, so that's not super going to matter. Oh, yay. Enemy attack skips are level 33. That's good. We already have 6 times Death Wave health. I wonder how high we can actually take this. We already got our super crit stuff maxed. So we're doing pretty decent here. Can I max any of this other stuff? Yep. And we'll max that in a little bit. Strawberries says, "Hey Spartan, when should I move on to platinum? I'm currently hanging out in first place in gold with 5.88 trillion lifetime coins." Hold on, let me get this straight. You're doing it for the coin, or sorry, for the stone rewards. Let me run some numbers real quick. So first place in gold is 80 stones, 300 gems. 300 gems, 80 stones. To get the equivalent, oh, there's not an 80 stones option, but I guess you don't think you could really make place rank 3 to 4. So you think you're getting more value from staying in rank 5, 6 in plat and then demoting back to gold. But in reality, between 2 tournaments, if you get first place in gold, 300 gems, 80 stones, and then you drop down, you drop down back to gold after in the next week, so that's 100 stones total, 400 gems. If you were to just stay in platinum, wow, math is hard. Math is very hard. But I'm pretty sure that the general consensus is you should always try to do better. I don't think the term is sandbagging, right? Like, he's currently sandbagging in gold, meaning he gets rank 1, demotes back down, so he's effectively just kind of hanging out in gold. I guess maybe that's fine. I feel like I've always heard that it's better to just try to go as far as you can. But I could be wrong about that, but that's kind of what I've always heard. So I'm just going to try to max this out. Why not? We might be able to actually max our Rend armor during the run. We'll see. I'm going to take a quick drink. Oh boy. Meandering Mike. Starting cash is a worthy investment during the first couple weeks of play. Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. Like, that's why I upgraded it. Because, especially in those very first, like, until you get to maybe, like, 500 waves in Tier 1, every little bit of cash you can get matters. Because you don't necessarily have, like, the workshop cash bonus upgraded super high. You don't have cash per wave super high. So in those very, very early on levels, I completely agree. Any forms of cash is valuable. I don't think it would ever be like meta, quote unquote, at pretty much once you get to the point of running Blender, it really just starts being ineffective. Zerid. Hello. Thank you for stopping in. With 6 trillion, you should be around champions, actually. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, that sounds like a lot of coins to be in gold. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like most of the time people in gold are like anywhere from like around 1 billion to maybe 100 billion. I don't know. I know that the highest amount of player base is in between gold and plat, though. And then obviously there's all the people that kind of bounce between trying to stay in Legends or get kicked back down to Champions, like myself currently. But I believe the majority of the player base is around like the Plat sort of era. The upside for this person is they get more gems if they go down, if they go from first place and demote down. Yeah, that is true, but I still kind of fall under the opinion that, you know, maybe the math is technically right, but I don't know about you guys. I get a lot of dopamine from like watching my total waves increase over time. Like, let's go back to my very first tournament. Let's just do it for the heck of it. Look at that. I finished rank... Oh, wait. This is not accurate. This is completely not accurate. Either some of my tournament runs got cut off, or I didn't do a tournament until I was a few months into the game, because I started... Wow. So this would have been 30 days after I started, because I started in July. Anyway, I don't know if that's a glitch or something. I'm 3 days in and hit 2K on tier 1 last night while sleeping. Nice, good job. I'm curious if you're already... I bet you're already running Blender in that case. Relying on the free upgrades. Very, very good. They should have some weird relic that squares your... that would be interesting. Yeah. That squares your starting cash amount. Yeah. Any way to kind of scale stuff like that. Like interest also. Like, yes, there's the labs for it, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that effective when compared to like your normal cash bonus. Like, especially when, like, I'm farming tier 10 and my max interest is like 5,000. So to put it into perspective, if I, you know, finish like 5,000 or 6,000 waves in tier 10, I'm probably only getting like maybe like 200 million cash from interest. So compared to probably like upwards of 100,000 plus billion from other sources like cash bonus, I don't know, it's just not super great. I guess there can be an argument for anything sort of helps, but that might just be wishful thinking. Adam, what's up, man? Just wanted to say thank you for your Orb Devo video. Absolutely fantastic, and I'm making about 4 to 6 trillion with a T. More coins per run with the Switch. Shout out to Adam. He took the Orb Devo video to heart and has made a positive change for his tower. Good stuff, man. That's exciting. I'm curious what your lifetime coins were when you first started Orb Devo compared to what it is now. I always like to hear that from people, as well as sort of the time frame. Because, like, in the span of, I think, let's see, I started Orb Devo at 50 billion lifetime coins. And I think in the span of about a month, I went from 50 to 700. And then it very quickly skyrocketed from there. But that's awesome, dude. Congrats. I'm glad that it's working for you. Van Cleve, would you go Spotlight or Deathwave for my next ultimate weapon? Have Golden Tower and Black Hole. I'd go Deathwave, honestly. Deathwave has huge benefits. Yes, do what Tag says. You can trust him because he has a little little Spartan dude next to his name. But also he's another tower YouTuber. But yes, Deathwave I think you would get more value out of than Spotlight at this point, because right out the gate you get a 5 times health multiplier that whenever you kill the enemies, you get this little thing that pops up, bonus from Deathwave, and you start out with a 5 times bonus, so you really can't go wrong with that. You also have the opportunity to get both coins and cells, as well as obviously just like deal damage. So Deathwave is a very, very good post-rework ultimate weapon. It's pretty well-rounded, but yeah, I would go Deathwave. I agree with Tags. Oh yes, Deathwave is so good now. What update was it that they made all those improvements? I can't remember. I maxed out game speed, unlocked all my labs, and 12 card slots. So hopefully I'll get a good build soon. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I hope, yeah, I would encourage you to just kind of look into Blender for now. Blender is going to be super, super great. It looks like that's sort of what you're working towards. But yeah, Blender is going to be very, very good once you kind of get it set up. And especially when you unlock like package chance and enemy attack skips. Like as soon as you get enemy attack skips, you're going to be chilling. Atomic Annie. If they store numbers in float numbers like most games do, then the cash and coins per round would be so low that it actually disappears in the rounding error. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what any of that means, but I also suck at math, so keep that in mind. But it sounds smart. It sounds like you know what you're talking about. I sure don't. What's your current highest tier unlocked? Yeah. Spartan. My last true platinum run was last month on the 1st, and I only got to wave 288, although my coin income has spiked after starting working on Black Hole Coin Lab, Spotlight Coin Lab, Deathwave Coin Lab. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would hurt to honestly just try, like, just see what you get, you know? Worst case scenario, you get, like, I don't know, just enough to stay in platinum. Then you can just, you know, go back to what you're currently doing afterwards if you're not satisfied with the results. But who knows? You might surprise yourself. You might get even more rewards than what you're currently getting. So, it doesn't hurt to just try. Spartan, your Deathwave wall isn't staying anymore. Turn your old... Oh, thank you. See, this is why Zephyr is a YouTube moderator, because I need people to pay attention to what's actually happening and not just read the chat like I'm doing. Thank you, Zephyr. I was at about 180 trillion lifetime coins, switched about 2.5 to 3 weeks ago, and I'm now at 279,000 trillion. Whoa, sorry. Now, I went from making right around 1 trillion per run at 5,000 waves on tier 10 to first Devo run 3.5 trillion coins at... Wow. So you got more waves on tier 10. That's surprising. Most of the time when people first start Orb Devo, they have to drop a tier. But you did start at a very healthy amount of lifetime coins, so you probably had a lot more like EHP that kind of carried you through that. That would be my guess. Matthew says, any advice on how much to upgrade the Trinity before pulling a 4th ultimate weapon? Yeah, so I mean, that's a good question. Yeah, the Trinity, of course, just meaning Black Hole, Golden Tower, Deathwave. I would say the biggest thing would be try to get your cooldowns as low as you can. Try to get your Black Hole duration to where it's at least... Yes, we are still going. We are going strong. We are not even halfway to where we need to be, but it's going to be one of those streams, man. It's going to be one of those long kick back and have a snack kind of streams, you know? But what was I talking about? Something important, probably. Oh, yeah. When to pull the 4th ultimate weapon. So the Black Hole ideally would be a minimum of 25-second duration. The Golden Tower would be at a minimum, ideally 12 seconds past that, I believe. Obviously, you'll want some Golden Tower bonus. That'll help with your econ. You'll want some Black Hole size at some point. That'll be helpful as well for just pulling as many enemies in as possible. If any of that I just said that was not gibberish, if any of those numbers you're getting kind of close to, you might consider starting to look into your 4th ultimate weapon. But I'm curious of what you're thinking about getting. Oh no, my daughter's crying again. There we go. 33 seconds is better for black hole. Mine is just 32 seconds, though. Yeah, mine is 33, I believe, right now, which has basically enabled me to get perma black hole. So I'm very, very happy with that. D-Bell says, Spartan, can you make a video explaining cards, modules, and labs for beginners? I haven't found anything, just started playing. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about a little bit earlier. There's really not a lot of resources available for brand new players. Like, obviously, right, there's the Discord server, the main tower Discord server, but you kind of really have to search to find actual resources. Like, there's the players questions channel, but generally speaking, it's just filled with spam, and it can get frustrating because you'll ask a question and it'll get overlooked by a bunch of people talking about defense absolute and how it's trash or whatever. And it can be pretty frustrating. So that's why I wanted to start sort of my baby account, my Spartan Junior account, so that I can sort of start making content that's more catered to like the brand new player that just started the game. But yeah, that's definitely a good video idea. I do generally, like, if I make a guide, I will touch on each of those things, like the ideal modules, the ideal cards, the ideal labs for specifically like whatever that build is. But I haven't really considered just doing a general sort of guide that could maybe encompass multiple builds. So that could definitely be an interesting video. Mike, I'm only getting, yeah. What it was is that I forgot to put my enhancements back. Oh, wow. That's awesome. 350 levels of enemy attack skips. Yeah, that'll do it. Wow. Thanks, loud and clear. Hoping for Spotlight. Ooh, yeah, Spotlight. Spotlight has been really awesome. Between that and Chain Lightning, like Spotlight, of course, giving me the damage amplifier mostly has been the biggest benefit. But also, you know, you get coins from it. There's other stuff you can unlock, like the Spotlight missiles. There's all sorts of cool stuff that you can do with Spotlight. But it's a very, very useful ultimate weapon. 32 is 99.7 or 99.8 uptime. Yeah, that's pretty much similar to where I'm at. Unless if I get 2 Galaxy Compressor procs, like in between waves, I basically guaranteed get perma black hole. If I get 1, but not 2, there's a tiny bit of downtime, but not really enough to where it affects me. One day I will upgrade it to 33 seconds, but I have quite a few other priorities. Yeah, dude, I'm in the same boat. Like, there's so much stuff I want to do. I would love to get more Golden Tower bonus. I would love to get more Chain Lightning damage. I'd love to get started on Spotlight missiles, or I'm sorry, Smart missiles. But it's just, there's so much stuff to do, and there's only one me, you know? So it's a whole balancing act, but that's part of what I love about this game is there's just so much stuff to do. And there's so many different paths that you can take, and I don't know. I really enjoy it. What's my wall health looking like? 11. It's not bad. Yeah, we're fixing to kind of get capped off with our Death Wave health. It usually seems to be the case around this time. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let's check out our cards. Do I have the crit chance card? Yes, I do. Okay. Sorest Knight. Hey Spartan, last week I got 1 trillion in a run for the first time, and have recently more than doubled that. Congrats, dude. That's awesome. I'm curious what strategy you're running. Are you doing Orb Devo? Are you doing Blender? Are you doing something else that I have no idea what it is? Like, what are you running right now? I'm just curious. My next upgrade will be Critical Mastery. Wow. I know people don't like it, but I do. Yeah, man, I am so close. I'm so close to unlocking card masteries. I got wave 75 on tier 16. I don't know the best strategy to get to 100, but it might just kind of come down to RNG with wave skips. But I might try to kind of attempt that. Not that I can afford the labs for any card mastery at this moment, but it still would be cool to just check it off the list. Rice Man, do you think there should be a respec for ultimate weapons like how it is for the workshop upgrades? Oh boy, that is an interesting question. So the short answer is yes, that would be awesome. But there's a reason that stones are so scarce. Like they do it that way on purpose, right? It's so that you really have to be calculated and kind of think about what you're doing with your stones. And that's why they don't allow something like that. But it would be cool. I do agree. Or what would be even cooler is if you could, like, you can unlock the bot presets, right? So if I wanted to, and I had bot presets, I could have one preset for tournaments and then one for farming. Obviously, like if I had a maxed out golden bot, that would be my farming build, and then I could max out amplify or whatever else for my tournament build. But if you did that with ultimate weapons, that would kind of break the game in a sense. That's kind of the way I feel about it. Saurus Knight, I'm doing Orb Devo. Nice, man. That's awesome. I'd force it until RNG is merciful. That's kind of what that's what I'm thinking about. I don't know. Oh god, how are you getting so many more coins in your runs? That's nuts. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but my coins have actually kind of gone down a tiny bit. I started with Turtle, currently working on Blender. I can't get past 1200 on tier 1 and 300 on tier 2. Yeah, so your best bet currently is just going to be farming tier 1. Working on some of those really valuable things, like mostly your econ. If that's not maxed, you'll want to max your cash bonus and your coins per kill bonus. Also, your free upgrades. I know you mentioned you're working towards Blender, but if those are not maxed, you want to get on that as soon as humanly possible. And in terms of like defense absolute is going to be your best friend for tier 1, as you already know since you're running Turtle. But some other considerable stuff. Lifesteal can be very valuable. Defense percent can be extremely valuable. Health, like, obviously, I mean, you probably already know this, but it's super, super important. Some of this other stuff, you'll want to work on the orb speed in the workshop, the orbs, shockwave frequency, any of this stuff that keeps the enemies away from your tower. Like attack speed as well. That's the stuff I would max first. Multi-shot would probably be more important than these others. But yeah, maybe that's a little bit of a baseline. Guys, No Bull makes a pretty valid point here. He says, don't forget to hit the like button on the video. Guys, I mean, I didn't say it. He said it, you know. But there is this thing called the YouTube algorithm. And this goes not only for the live streams, but my videos. Like, anytime that you guys like a video or comment, it boosts the video's performance. So when I say I greatly appreciate it, I do mean it, because you guys doing that is what has allowed me to grow from 1,000 subscribers, 100 subscribers, to now we're getting decently close to 3,000, which is kind of crazy because I just started this channel like 4.5 months ago, I want to say. But yeah, I guess just a little shout out to you guys for kind of helping me grow this channel. It's been pretty fun. It's been fun getting to know several of you guys also through the Discord server. Oh, that reminds me. I know all of you guys know this. I say it in every stream, but just bear with me. We have a Discord server. And we have people that are all the way from brand new players to people that have been playing since the dinosaur ages. which was like 5 years ago because that's when the game came out. But we got all sorts of stuff here. We have useful links with all sorts of tower-related resources for you guys. We have meme pages where people send like defense absolute memes and cat pictures and a bunch of stuff. So if you want to join the Discord, you can find the link down in the description below of this live stream. Okay, enough of that. We don't have time for shameless plugs today. We got to get to wave, what is it? 1229. Okay. That's what I'm going to aim for. But yeah, I'm especially trying to I'm really trying to sway newer players to join the Discord, just because there, like I mentioned, is a lot of people in there that want to help new people, enjoy helping people, as well as myself. So if you feel like maybe you could get some value from that, feel free to join. Oh no, guys, we have to pause the stream for a minute. Dark22 has entered the chat. What's up, Dark? How you doing, man? I was actually... wait, what was it I was supposed to say? Oh, Dark. I guess I'm adopting you as my child. At a bare minimum, I will put you in my will in the event that I die. But all that you get is the YouTube channel and the Discord server. You don't get anything else. But yeah, I was supposed to tell you that. I forgot. Play final boss music. I guess I could try to find some music or something. Would that be entertaining? Let's just search up copyright free background music. There we go. Guys, I am a professional streamer. But if this gets copyright claimed, I'm going to be very upset. So just keep that in mind. Okay. 12 hours of copyright-free music. There we go. Uh-oh, we have to watch an ad first. Okay. This is from my computer speaker, by the way. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Let me know if it's too loud or anything. This is just the literally first one that I found. I need to join Discord, otherwise I'm gonna ask months of questions while you're on this run. Yeah, dude, for real. I mean, just hop in the Discord. Like, you can always DM me if you need help, and I'll try to get back with you in a timely manner. I do have a full-time job, I have a family, and I occasionally do, like, some YouTube stuff. So just keep that in mind. I'm getting demoted from Plat? No. RIP's in the chat for study group. Sorry, man. That sucks. Dark says, interesting. Well, I guess I have to start making videos about defense absolute, so I'm ready. I also answer questions. Dark is here. Behold the magnificence. Sorry, I had like 5 cups of coffee. Oh, that's funny. James McCarthy. Yo. Glad I finally caught another stream. Hopefully, another weekend champs. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Happy that you're here. Oh no, I have another scheduled live stream. Can I listen to all 3 at once? Who else is live streaming right now? Who else is going live right now? Guys, trust me. Trust me. This is the best live stream out of the 3. Just trust me. You know why? It's not because I'm here. It's because you guys are here. And because we're going to get back to Legends League today. And it's going to be great. It's only going to take about 3 more hours. I go off. See you Saturday probably. All right, Annie. Thank you for stopping in. And I'll hopefully talk to you on Saturday. Let me know. Can you guys even hear the background music? Is it too loud? Do I need to turn it down a bit? Just let me know. I'm literally just doing this on the spot. Spartan, let's see those cards. Yes, sir. Your wish is my command. Pretty much the same stuff as usual with a few adjustments. I have like EHP stuff in here now. Cash, crit chance, health regen, extra defense. Oh wait, there's a mistake. Hold on. Let's take that out and let's put this on. There we go. Yeah, that should be good. Oh no. Now Dark has an incentive to off Spartan. No, please don't kill me. Sorry, I didn't mean for you to play music. I was just making a joke that Dark... Oh. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. That does make sense. So, do you want me to turn the music off? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Just let me know. Glad I caught your last champs tourney. All legends after today. Ooh boy, those are powerful words right there. We'll see. We'll see. I listen to Not Jay's Tabletop Gaming at this time on Wednesdays. I'm not sure who that is. That's not another tower person, is it? I like the music, to be fair. Okay. Yeah, like I said, just let me know if it's too quiet or too loud, and I can adjust it. But, yeah. I figure it might make this slightly more entertaining, and maybe that way you guys can't hear my child scream. So, we'll see. Dark, how did your tournament specifically go? Did you even do your tournament this time? Yeah, that's right. I'm calling you out, boy. I'm calling you out. You did get to platinum recently, so that's cool. So I should farm tier 1 wave 1200 or tier 2 wave 300. You should farm tier 1 for now. And the reason is you will get more coins from getting to the higher waves. 300 waves is not significant right now. But more importantly than the coins, you're going to slowly get these little things, the yellow triangles there. Those are cells. Cells are arguably as important as coins, if not more. I would say they might be more important than coins. Because in this game, the thing that takes the most time to actually develop and like fully kind of gold box stuff is your labs. There are just so many labs. And obviously, like the time it takes to upgrade some of this stuff is just absolutely bananas. So, you want to try to make sure you're farming in a tier that you can get both coins and cells. So, keep that in mind. Dark, I'm going to do this for you and pull some modules. Here you go. Yep. That's what happens. But no protectors in tier 1. Yeah, that's a really good point too. So, protectors are the little enemies with the circles around them. They're these little guys here, the protectors. They freaking suck early on. They really do. Cody Light makes a good point. He says, also, turn reoccurring labs on. I had no idea that existed for the longest time. Yeah, so let's say, for example, I have health regen here, and I want it to continuously upgrade health regen. There's this little clock button here called Lab Queue. And you can turn it on, and it will automatically, I'll just show you, it'll roll it into the next upgrade without me having to like manually go in and do it. Assuming that you have the amount of coins required. But that is very, very good because, you know, if, say, I was going to go to bed in, like, I would be asleep when my death wave health goes off here in about 8 hours, which I will be asleep. So if that were to happen, and I had this turned off, Lab 3 would be vacant. Oh, get out of here. There's ads in this. Oh my goodness. This is why we don't have nice things. There we go. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. But basically, long story short, even if, say, I only want Deathwave health to get to level 16, and I want it to be done after that so I can put it on something else, you can either turn this off. Whoops. You can turn it off, or let's just say I want to change it to defense percent. Well, let me find something cheaper. Let's say I want to change it to defense absolute. While a lab is still going, I can click into another lab and research it. It'll tell you a little thing here. You can hit continue or whatever. And then you start the next upgrade. And the really cool thing is... Oh, wait, what did I have in here before? Oh, boy. I don't even know what I had in here before. Deathwave health? Oh, boy. Deathwave health, yeah. So the cool thing, you see how the number is like glowing there? It did not lose the progress that I already had in this lab. So it still keeps the progress. The only thing that you lose is the coins. So in this case, I lost the, 300 million coins. But yeah. There's something maybe valuable if you didn't know. Man, Dark is throwing out all of the emojis. So, Dark, I'm curious how you're able to use those emojis. Those are kind of cool. How did you get all those? That's just kind of interesting. You don't actually lose coins? Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, so there's no reason that you wouldn't just leave LabQ on for literally everything. There's no reason you wouldn't. Like, why would you ever take it off? How much uptime do you have on Chronofield? So, my Chronofield is 40-second duration with 1 minute cooldown. So, assuming I only get one Galaxy Compressor proc, that would leave, 3 seconds of downtime? If I get 2 Galaxy Compressor procs, it's effectively permanent. So, yeah. Old man doesn't understand emojis. I am, in fact, an old man, if you guys didn't know that already. Joshua Gardner says vampires suck early, too. Yeah, dude, vampires will literally murder you. I freaking hate those things. And if you're not to the point where you have garlic thorns unlocked, probably the best move to do is upgrade your health as high as you possibly can, and try to avoid putting on, Try to avoid putting on knockback, because that will keep the, keep the vampires away from your tower. So you'll want the vampires to basically go ahead and just touch your tower so that they die to thorns. That's what you want. But yeah, it'll be hard because you're trying to run the blender build right now, not to do knockbacks. But I would honestly say probably try to run turtle until you're able to finish the, garlic thorns. So there's 10 levels. It's relatively quick to do, but this is going to be huge. Like, you're going to need that as soon as humanly possible. Guys, we're about halfway to our goal. Let me check on our Deathwave health here. Okay, we're almost to 7 times. That's good. Don't lose the coins, they get refunded. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we kind of already touched on that. I had a little misspeak there. But I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if you actually lost them or not. Dark, here's another module pull for you specifically. Yep, there you go. Matthew says, do death waves stack cell bonus? So I believe what you're asking is like if each wave that you have, like right now I have 2, if does each wave basically add to the cell bonus? I want to say no. I think the big pro with having multiple waves is it will basically just give you a chance to tag more enemies. So like say that one wave goes off and, you know, an elite spawns right after and you only have one wave, you're missing out on that pretty much. If you have 2 waves and it misses the first wave but gets hit by the second wave, then you're still getting that. I have knockbacks maxed at 80%. How do I undo that? Don't worry about undoing that. So what you can do instead is try to get as much damage as possible. Like your damage, your crit chance, your crit factor. Damage per meter too will be helpful. Hold on, there's a freaking ad. I swear to everything in the world. Okay, there we go. But yeah, like in the event, like you just mentioned, that you already have your knockbacks already fully maxed, that's totally fine. That doesn't screw you over, so don't worry. I would just focus pretty heavily for the meantime on damage stuff, as well as your health. Doing that will give you the biggest chance of being able to survive and still kill the vampires decently quick. But ideally, you know, you would leave knockbacks off until you have garlic thorns available to max. Let's start slowly working on our wall health here. Hey, let's go. We passed 7 times Deathwave health. That's good. As a beginner, garlic thorns really confused me. Vampires can be affected by thorns and garlic thorns separately. Yeah, no, that's true. So the garlic thorns are different than your normal, like, workshop thorns. The workshop thorns are like, if an enemy touches my tower, in my case, they get killed basically instantly after attacking me 1 time. Garlic thorns is a little bit different. Hey, guys, everybody, the stream is paused. Jay Plays has entered the chat. What's up, Jay Plays? How you doing, man? He says, what's the wave goal today? 2,000? I don't think I'm going to get quite that far, but I'm going to aim for 3rd place. And if I get anything higher than that, that's just icing on the cake. So there we go. Jay Plays, go away. Yeah, there can't be 2 people with J's in their name. Like, we already got Jay Bread. We got Joshua. I'm scrolling up and just looking at all the people with J's in their name. But yeah, man. My previous best in champions was, I think, 1,200. Yeah, 1,268. So I might be able to get 3rd place for sure, depending on like the battle conditions. It's going to be interesting how bad the fast ultimate affects me, but we'll see. How do I spend gems on modules? Oh, so do I spend gems on modules first or cards? I've been doing it on cards and not modules. Yeah, I would say that you're doing the right stuff right now. I think when you're very, very early game, and I didn't do this, I focused heavily on modules, and I regret it. I really do. Because there are people who started around the same time as me that already have, like, I just recently got all my cards maxed, so that was huge for me. But there are people who started around the same time as me that already have all of their card slots and all of their cards maxed. Like, yeah, my modules might be maybe a little bit better than theirs, but in the grand scheme of things, especially, you get to a certain point where you really need more card slots. And that's been my biggest issue right now with, like, staying in Legends League, is I'm having to basically just bounce between a whole bunch of different cards, you know, where I wouldn't really have to worry about that as much had I focused more on cards early on. So, yeah, I don't know if that was valuable or not. Sick of having 1 gem and 1 stone, by the way. I only have 1 stone. Oh my gosh. Guys, we're broke. We're breaking the bank. Oh. Jay Plays, you'll be proud of me. I added background music. It says it's copyright free, but we'll find out when I turn monetization on. I've been leaving it off when I actually go live because I know it's probably freaking irritating. Like, I can't stand when I'm watching a stream and a freaking ad pops up. And then I have to go back and rewind and, like, basically catch back up. But we'll see if this is able to be monetized or not. Probably not, but I don't care. The live streams are for fun, you know? Better card to finish a tourney with ultimate crit or wave skip. I'm getting close to the end of mine now. Probably, that's a good question. What you could do, I would say probably ultimate crit would be the most consistent. Just try to buff out as much damage as you can. Like, especially if you have like chain lightning, your damage ultimate weapons, that's going to be pretty helpful. What you can do if you have something else, like I do this in Legends, whenever there's a boss wave coming up, the wave before, I'll take out whatever and I'll put wave skip in. Whoops, I already have it. But that's what I do because, you know, there's a chance that if RNG is in your favor, you might be able to skip a boss wave. And that's, I mean, it happened to me a few times during my Legends tournament streams. Obviously not reliable, but not necessarily reliable. It's not a guarantee, it's a chance. But you can get some good luck with RNG. Lithchan, hey, how you doing? I've got 7 card slots at the moment. Yeah, honestly, I think for you, because you're very early on, maybe trying to get to like 9 or 10 would be a pretty balanced place to be. Because at that point, you have plenty of card slots to work with. You can get all of your EHP stuff. So like health regen, extra defense, and fortress if you're farming tier 1. You can also, with that many card slots, get all of your econ stuff, which is going to be super important. So coins, enemy balance, crit coin, cash. So what is that, 8? 8 total right there. So even if you just got 8, that would be a good starting point. And since you're running Blender, if you did get 10, you could throw in like attack speed to help you out. That would be good. And then you could do, you know, some quality of life stuff. Like wave skip's really good for farming in particular. You just get the extra cash and coins from that. But obviously like free ups also if you're running Blender. But yeah, I think like 9 or 10 would be a good kind of baseline to try to get to at the moment for you. JPlay says, on cards, one thing for you to keep in mind, Spartan, is that yes, right now you'll need lots of cards, but soon you actually need less cards when you no longer need health cards in Legends. That is true. That is very true. So like luckily, surprisingly, in my Legends runs, I don't need the EHP stuff. I have discovered that basically to stand any possible chance, I have to try to run Glass Cannon. So, heavily damage focused. I mean, you can see most of my stuff here is like damage focused. Like ultimate crit chance, attack speed, damage, and then eventually at some point during this run, I'll put on Berserker. But yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, and when I was talking about the card slots, I'm not saying like, sure, it would be great to have all of them available, but really, you don't need all of them available. Like, for my farming setup, I pretty much have everything that I need to farm effectively. But, you know, I guess it's really just what you want to do. But what I've heard from a lot of people in terms of, like, when to sort of pivot and start working on modules is pretty much start doing that once you get all of your common cards. So these first 3 rows right here, basically, once you get those to level 7, which is maxed, that's a good time to sort of jump and pivot and start working on modules, which is what I technically did. But instead of coming back and working on cards, I basically gave up on cards and just focused on modules. And that's where I feel like I kind of screwed up. Bosses are coming every 6 rounds, so maybe I just wave skip and hope to get lucky every time. Otherwise, it'll be changing too often for now. Yeah. Yeah, no, you can't really go wrong with wave skip. It may just get you a little bit further. But you do also, obviously, you probably know, but you run the risk of skipping into a boss, which that's never fun. That's never a good time, especially in Legends Tournament. Dustin, this is a question open to the chat and Spartan, but with 7 card slots, what cards do you recommend? I assume you're talking about for farming. Are you talking about for farming or for tournaments? Because that'll be different kind of recommendations. Matthew says, is health regen good without the wall? It seems like lifesteal is way better. Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at it as every little bit counts. So, like, although maybe lifesteal will be technically better if you have the damage to support it, health regen also being in the mix, you know, it's just multiple layers of sort of safety for you. So, yeah, that's why, like, EHP is not just health, it's not just defense. It does include these things, too. Health regen, defense absolute. I would argue lifesteal also counts. I mean, anything that really affects your health bar is sort of what I see as EHP. So, yeah, Jay Plays makes a really good point. He says health regen gets really strong, especially when you have the wormhole redirector. And if you don't know what that does, it basically allows your health regen to heal a percentage of your package recovery. So that can be pretty valuable. Even at just epic level, like that 25% could make or break you dying to a boss, you know. It all just kind of depends. JP978, how many more waves do you have? 800? Oh, to get to first place? Yeah, getting close to like 800. I don't know if I'll get there or not. My death wave health has pretty much stopped going up. It's going up by like maybe 0.2% each activation. But, oh, J-Plays. Wanted to say thanks to you, actually. I meant to DM you the other day. But I went back and looked at one of your older videos. The one that you made about cheesing that infamous, God forbid, Wave 300 Tier 15. And I did it. I followed some of your tips in there. So, appreciate it. If any of you guys are at the same kind of point as me and need to figure out how to get Tier 16 unlocked, go check out J-Play's video. Also, even if you're not in that position, go check out J-Plays. He's got some good guides and stuff on there. To reach wave 1000 on Tier 2 and unlock garlic thorns for vampires. Yeah, Lith Chan does make a point here. Like, it does get to a point, like, for example, in my Legends tournaments, it gets to a point pretty quickly where literally anything would one-shot me, which sort of takes away the usefulness of lifesteal. But definitely, like, in the very, very early game, lifesteal can be a pretty valuable thing to put some levels into. But again, I think it kind of comes back to the whole spreading the love thing. Try to, like, get a little bit in all of the EHP stuff. You'll get some value from that. Squad leader Andy has entered the chat. What's up, man? How are you doing? He says, how good is the Death Wave amplifier? Well, I can't personally speak on that because I don't even know what it does. No, that's armor stripping. Amplifier. That enemies take from Death Wave. Oh, crap. Maybe I need to put some levels into this. This might help me stack up my Death Wave health more. No, it won't help me stack up the Death Wave health. It'll just make the enemies that get tagged die quicker. Interesting. I'll be honest, I completely forgot that lab even existed. But Some of you other guys who are a little more further along in the journey than me, maybe you guys have put some levels into it and can provide some insight. I don't want to speak on something that I have no knowledge about whatsoever. So, sorry. I'm being super helpful right now. I'm going to take a quick drink. Okay. We had a freaking ad on our music. That's annoying. Jay plays. I'd say meh on that one, but that's just me. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking after looking at it. I mean, unless it does something that I'm unaware of, all it said effectively was that it amplifies the damage to the enemies that are hit by the death wave waves. It doesn't necessarily give you more death wave damage, I think. It just makes the enemies take more damage after the waves hit them. So I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest. I mean, most people don't put any damage into death wave for amp to be helpful. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you had a build that revolved heavily around death wave damage, it might be useful. My build very much does not. I'm just, basically doing Blender at the moment. Keep slowly upgrading our wall health so that we don't get left behind on that. Also, oh wait, never mind. What am I saying? For the people further in, is death wave armor stripping a foot gun or no? I feel like I've heard that that's a good upgrade to do. I mean, I would think it is. It's freaking really expensive. Wouldn't that help with bosses? It definitely could, but obviously, the waves only go on for like a fraction of the second. So the amount of times that a boss spawns and is actually tagged by a death wave would probably be pretty minuscule to the amount of times that they're not tagged by a death wave. So I guess in the like 1 or 2 instances where that does occur, it would be useful. But outside of that, My death wave damage is at 305 times. Holy crap. Whew. I wonder how much death wave health you get during a tournament. Because your ring probably stays for quite a while. Quite a long while. Like my last Legends tournament, I think I didn't even get anywhere close to ×2 death wave health. Like I think I got maybe at the end of the tournament like 1.3. But my damage for death wave is times 42. So yeah, there's that. Oh boy. How long have we been live so far? We're not even to 2 hours. Why am I over here getting sleepy? Okay. Anyway, I hope y'all's days were good, or are good if you're just now getting started with your day. I was referring to the cards used for pushing higher tiers. I'm at Wave. Oh, so like milestone pushing cards? Okay. No, I got you. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were talking about the Death Wave thing. Yeah, so some good milestone pushing cards It's going to be in a lot of ways similar to like what I'm running for the tournament stuff. But like a couple things in particular, energy net's going to be really valuable for just slowing down the bosses, assuming that you have the damage to kind of follow up on it. Also, obviously, like wave skip's going to be pretty good for trying to push you, maybe cheese some boss waves. Plasma cannon's going to be very valuable. Energy shield can be pretty good if you have I would say if you have the lab maxed for it, the energy shield extra charge, all three of them. Some other stuff like demon mode's going to be great. Second wind, death ray could be good, depending on if you're farming in a tier that doesn't have the death ray resistance battle condition. But one thing to avoid most likely will be enemy balance, just to reduce the amount of total enemies on the screen. Some people do milestone pushes with enemy balance. I've always just kind of preferred not using it because, I don't know, in my head, more enemies equal bad if I'm actually trying to push further, which is, you know, different than farming. But yeah, there's a few ideas. Some other stuff that may be good, like slow aura, slowing down bosses, slowing down fast enemies that can just, you know, tickle you a little bit. That can be good. Obviously, all your EHP stuff. In particular, like extra defense percent. Landmine stun chance is okay. It's pretty good. You can, you know, occasionally stun the fast enemies, and that's always fun. But yeah, you can also take nuke. Like if your wall pops, or if you don't even have wall, if you get to the point where a boss can literally one tap you, and right before it gets to your tower, you can just pop nuke, murder it. The foot gun is that you are killing enemies too fast and not applying the death wave coin multiplier. Interesting. But I guess maybe if you're to the point of like having golden combo and like all of your econ labs are maxed and whatever, maybe that's not as big of a concern, or maybe that's a worthwhile trade-off for being able to potentially push further in the runs? Question mark? It's kind of what I'm wondering. Branthan? Question for all. When do you think would be a good time to get the wall? People say that you need at least 5 trillion coins to be able to get the wall. Wow. So, there's a few different things about this, and I will say, Primo's Tower, if you're subscribed to him, which if you're not, you should be, but he has a very, very good just general guide for unlocking the wall. It goes into basically 3 different phases of sort of your progression, because most people, what they will do is they will, if they're doing like, for example, Orb Devo, they'll unlock the wall, start all of the wall labs, and then respec back to Orb Devo. Keep the labs going until they get satisfied with the level, and then, you know, go back from there. The issue with that, depending on what your like coins per day are, the wall labs are very, very expensive. So doing all 5 of them at the same time can be pretty dang expensive. So I think Primo's video is a pretty good sort of workaround that you can do. Like I mentioned, it basically goes into 3 different phases of getting wall, starting a couple labs, and then respecking. And like the last lab that he has you do in phase 3 is the fortification lab, because that's the most expensive one. But yeah, if you haven't seen that video, that maybe could give you a pretty good kind of idea of when would be a good time to start. I don't really subscribe to the one blanket statement, you need at least 5 trillion coins to get the wall. But I will say you do need to make sure you have enough coins to be able to fund the wall upgrades, because that's where you're going to have the biggest struggle, is keeping those things going, depending on what your coins per day are, like we touched on. What rank are we right now? 13? Not good enough. We must push further. I would wait. You can do a lot more things that will help you out now. Oh, he's talking to tags. Okay. Tracking. Matthew, anyone care to explain rend armor and when it makes sense to take that plug? Yeah, so rend armor, whenever you unlock it in the workshop, has two things available. There's rend chance and rend multiplier. So you can read here what it does, but I'll just read it for you. It says, it is a chance on enemy hit of permanently increasing the damage that enemy takes from projectiles. So that's the first one. And then the second one is basically how much rend can stack on that enemy. So the total amount of damage, basically. So right now I have a 28% chance. So every single bullet has a 28% chance to add a stack of rend armor and basically make them take more damage. I'm pretty sure that it's exclusively for projectiles. Yeah, it says it right here. Increasing the damage from projectiles. So that does not include your ultimate weapon damage. That's literally just your bullets. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's what rend armor does. Let's check out our death wave health. Dang. Okay, we're actually kind of doing it. We're doing some stuff here. Yo, shout out to Crash. He says, I finally made Legends, bro. I placed 3rd in Champions. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. It's really awesome. Man, the amount of times I wish I had an extra card slot so that I could have put on Wave Accelerator. Ugh. This tournament would already be over. Actually, wait, am I gonna... Okay, I have 2 hours till it ends. I was worried for some reason that I'm not actually gonna be able to, like, get back to Legends. Oh, boy. I wonder if smart missiles should be considered a projectile. 100% not. Because from my understanding, smart missiles are like one of the better later game damage ultimate weapons. I believe like with the multiplier or the amplifier labs and the radius labs, you're effectively just like blowing literally everything up. So I feel like if they counted that as a projectile, that would just be completely overpowered. Thanks for the rend armor explanation. I was always curious about that and if it's actually any good or not. Yeah, I mean it's definitely good. It's kind of like everything else, like especially with Legends Tournament, every single way that you can damage bosses is going to be ideal. So for me, I mean, getting as much rend armor as possible, it helps, you know? It's a tiny little bit that helps. Obviously, most of my damage is coming from enemies being in my spotlights and getting killed by my chain lightning damage. So, another thing you can upgrade is like the orb boss hit lab. It has like 10 levels, I think. And I think at the max level it gives you basically, well, I guess I can just look it up. I think it's 2% orb boss hit. Yeah, 2%. So 2% per orb that hits the bosses. So, for example, like if you have energy shield and your range is set up where you will stun a boss in the range of your orbs, it'll basically just, I believe, stack a bunch of that 2%. And like I talked to a dude the other day that said he was killing bosses with orbs. Like I think the contribution was like 20%. But you can see there, the fast ultimate, the boss just ran right to me and went straight through my orbs. Wow, we maxed out enemy level skips. I think we're about to the point where... where we take out free upgrades. Where is it? We take out free upgrades... No, wait, I'm sorry. We take out cash, and we put slow aura. Yeah, we'll do that. Wow, skipped 2 waves right there. That's awesome. I'm so glad that there's smarter people than me that also make videos about this game. Thank you, JPlays, for carrying the chat. Also, while you guys are at it, maybe throw a little like on the stream. You know, I got the background music going. We're just chilling. Maybe just throw a little like at it. You know, helps out with the infamous YouTube algorithm. Hope life is treating you well. Life is great, man. I got a job. I got a little side hustle I'm doing here with this YouTube stuff. I got all of y'all in the Discord. Like, we're chilling. I got my wife, my kiddo. It's a good life. Are your orbs not outside your black hole line? They are a little bit. I don't know why that is. I think my range is screwed up. I turned my range lab all the way up, and I think maybe that screwed me up a little bit. But, yeah, it's not the end of the world. We'll click the like button if we get a song. Oh, boy. No, I can't do it. I already promised Goose. I promised Goose a few streams ago that I would never sing again in a live stream. Because he told me that every time I sing, I die shortly after. Because I guess it was like a nervous tick. So, you know, I got to do right by Goose. So if that means I don't get a like, then so be it. It is what it is, man. But finally finishing Black Hole coin bonus today. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. I think the prio for the Econ Labs is Golden Tower first, obviously, to max, then Black Hole, then I want to say Spotlight, and then Deathwave. I might have Spotlight and Deathwave backwards, but at some point I will go back in and actually max my Econ stuff, but yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're trying to stay in Legends. I gotta do the damage stuff. Save for a third ultimate weapon or upgrade the Chain Lightning and Black Hole that I already have. I currently have 57 stones and don't think I've upgraded at all. Choices. Oh boy. Save for a third ultimate weapon. So what you could do, this is probably what I would do. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, so ultimately do what you think is best for your tower. I have to put these disclaimers out here. That way, if somebody does something that I suggest and it ends up, like, screwing up. Anyway, what I would personally do is save up the stones to get your third, and then peek and see what it is. And if you have Golden Tower available, I would try to get Golden Tower. Golden Tower is going to be a huge econ boost for you. If you don't get Golden Tower, I would probably work on Chain Lightning. And the reason is because Chain Lightning will help you push a little bit further in tournaments once you start getting it kind of developed, which will then net you more stones to ideally progress with your ultimate weapons a little bit quicker. But before doing that, I would double check and just make sure that Golden Tower is not going to be your next option, because if it is, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't just go ahead and take it. Spartan, how is the baby tower? Are you keeping it going? Yeah, so definitely not as consistent as my main account, obviously, because I am quite limited for time. But I'm going to start that little series that me and you kind of talked about. And I'm totally going to not give you credit for giving me the idea, and I'm just going to say it was my idea because I'm a genius. But, oh, hold on. Ad break. Got to skip the ad. Bear with me. Never mind, I can't skip it. There we go. Yeah, the limited time is the biggest factor. But anyway, JP978 said basically it would be a valuable thing for the tower community if there was more content aimed for like brand new people. So I already filmed the first episode, and it's basically going to be similar to my Tour My Tower series, but with maybe a little bit more explanation of what I'm doing and why. And it's going to be more so catered to the brand new people. The brand new people that start the game, they search on YouTube, and there's nothing available for them in terms of like brand new stuff. Like obviously there's quite a few guides at this point for some of the more in-depth strategies and ways to kind of get through some of the like later stages of the early game. But there's really not that much for the brand new people. So JP978 told me, hey, if you have the time, might be good to do sort of like a beginner's progress series, which is effectively what I'm going to be doing. Like I mentioned, I already recorded the first episode, but I am definitely going to need to, I'm definitely going to need to like actually play the account. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit rough. But just a fair warning, that series in particular is probably not going to be like a weekly kind of series like my Tour My Tower. I'm thinking about maybe like I could 100% probably commit to like once a month, but possibly like maybe bi-weekly, something like that, every other week. I don't know. I'll see. I'll release the first episode and then kind of see like what kind of turnaround it gets, and we'll just kind of go from there. All the new people find Crowbar Zero's guides. Yeah. I mean, I was in the same boat. The first channel that I found related to the tower was Crowbar, and most of you probably already know, but Crowbar Zero is like, he's a whale, as we say in the tower community, which is a brag. If you call somebody on the street a whale, you might get slapped in the face. But in the tower, it's a good thing to be a whale. So yeah, he was the first dude I saw, and I was so intrigued by like everything he had, and I was like, okay, how do I do all this? Which then got me searching on YouTube for like beginner's guide to the tower. And the only thing that there was at the time was like Kosh Gaming. He briefly played the tower and recorded videos about it. He had some good advice, some advice that looking back maybe is not so good. Like he actually, well, no, I don't want to get into YouTube beef and drama or whatever, but let's just say he doesn't play the tower any longer, because I guess he can't or couldn't at the time, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Crowbar and Greeny, they both really inspired me to like try to figure out how to grow my tower to be really cool. And then the first channel, oh boy, no, this is going to sound like really cringy and fanboy-y. But anyway, the first channel I saw that really like kind of was like, okay, this is something I can figure out, was Jay Plays or Devo Video. So there, I said it, whatever. But also Jay Plays might have been the reason I wanted to start this whole YouTube thing, but whatever. Anyway, enough fanboying for one day, guys. Stop. You're going to make a grown man cry. We can't be crying on stream. Anyway, there needs to be a public service announcement to newbies about not messing with your ultimate weapon cooldowns. Ask me why. He says, love you too. Oh, man. What stinks is a lot of videos are outdated. So by the time we saw their videos, it was so outdated. Yeah, I mean, most of the videos I saw, especially like Crowbar, and really any of the guides, were like, the simplest thing I can think of is like the Death Wave rework. I started playing briefly, I think around the time the rework came out. was when I started kind of pursuing videos about the tower and like looking into it. And every video I had seen relating to Deathwave, because I think it was my third ultimate weapon, it was all about the old Deathwave. So I would see these videos and be like, what the heck? Why does their Deathwave look like that, but mine looks like this? Because it was after the rework. So, and a lot of that falls onto us as the like tower content creators, because there are people looking for this game. The game is growing. It's, I would say, still, relatively speaking, a small game. There's not, I mean, yeah, a lot of people play, but there's not a lot of resources out there for brand new people, other than obviously the main tower Discord, right? But like if I get in here, even if I go to, where is it, the beginner's guides, yeah, like even me just freaking looking through this Discord, it's just giving me a headache. I can't even see what I'm looking at. There's a beginner's guides thing somewhere in here. There we go, beginner's guides. But even all of this, right? How many people are going to get frustrated like I just did, scroll, not see what they're looking for, and then just exit out of it? That's why we as the tower content creators need to like try to be actually pushing out quality over quantity, do our research before we like make guides and whatnot, because there are people that take some of our opinions and thoughts not as gospel. Like, gosh, that sounds weird, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be putting out good information, and I've struggled with that a little bit because I've definitely made some videos that I would make it, post it, and then get some comments saying, well, that's not really the case, or, you know, stuff like that. And then I would feel bad, like, crap, well, I just made this video and gave the wrong advice about something. So, but anyway, I guess that's the little rant or whatever. I mean, the Discord one's being outdated. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. JP makes a good point. He says, just buy stone packs. How to do glass cannon as quickly as possible. Step 1, buy stone packs. That's basically it. What are we at? Have we even taken damage yet? I haven't really been paying attention. Okay, we took like a tiny bit. We're decently close to 8 times Deathwave health, so that's really cool. We're in 7th place currently. We're pretty quickly here going to jump to getting into Legends League territory, so that's good. The game is not super intuitive. There's a lot going on. Tech Tree should pay you guys for making this stuff. I think the YouTubers are making the game grow. Yeah, I mean, that's also part of why at least I make videos. I'm not going to speak for the other guys here, but I love the game. I think it's really enjoyable, and I think a lot of other people would enjoy the game as well. But, you know, they may just not know about it. Crap, you guys are making me forget to skip boss waves. Are you doing your tournament run right now? Immediately enters all stone pack giveaways. Yeah, that reminds me. You know, like I mentioned, we're getting close to the 3,000 subscribers mark. I don't want to give any spoilers, so don't tell the others, but we might be doing a little stone pack giveaway for 3,000 subscribers. So tell your friends, tell your family, if they play the tower, to, you know, hit that little subscribe button. Just double check and make sure it's actually checked, you know. But yeah, I'm planning on trying to do another stone pack giveaway once we hit 3,000. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more a little bit more organized than the previous one that I did, because yikes, that was rough. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Tech Tree could have us show off the game. I am a player of the game. The tower, lol. Yeah, I still have the ad in my head. It's like, I'm the developer of the tower. I wanted to create a game with unlimited upgrade opportunities, or whatever it is. Sometimes I'll just be like sleeping and just have that thought enter into my like dreams. I don't know, it's weird. Am I the only one that does that? Is the 3,000th subscriber? If so, I gotta unsubscribe first. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No need for that, you know. Oh, creator codes? Yeah, like if somebody types in like a referral program, like y'all could use code Spartan and get an extra 5 stones. That would be cool. Their Instagram marketing is cringe. I don't use Instagram, but do they have? I was under the impression they only really advertised on like YouTube. I didn't even know that they did on other platforms. That's interesting. Hmm. Oh, by the way, we're gonna go back to Legends now. So that's cool. Hopefully we can actually stay there this time. Yeah, they should have creator codes. That would be cool. I mean, yeah. I don't really care because, like, you know, I'm mainly doing like, I started doing it and I'm still doing it as just a side hustle and sort of a passion project, I guess, because I enjoy the game and like talking about it. But it would be cool. I mean, something to consider maybe. Yeah, that is true, J Plays. They do have, yeah, referral code solutions. You can see it on their website, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm going to pull it up because I think I actually read that before looking for a creator code thing. Exola site builder the tower. As I suspected, you scroll to the bottom and it says join affiliate program. Actually, I'm going to click that and see what it means. Or what it actually says. Get paid for promoting games that you love. Exola influencer account. To continue, you need a minimum of 50 subscribers to any social network. Yeah, I don't know about all that, but... I want to create a game with unlimited purchase opportunities. So, I'm just curious. Out of everybody in the stream right now, how many of you guys found the tower from the ads versus just like searching up in the App Store tower defense games or something like that? I just want to know like how you guys found out about the tower. I found out from the ads. I mean, I heard the music and I saw like as soon as I saw the inner landmines do the little circle thing, I was like sold, you know? Yet I still don't have inner landmines. Your videos have brought them new players and are encouraging people to buy stone packs. I did from an Instagram ad. That's so interesting. I didn't even know that they did, like I mentioned, other type of ads. That's so... Is it the same ad, though? Like, is it the same one that they show on YouTube, just on Instagram? I found it from the ads. I think I found it from a YouTube ad, and it looked interesting. Yeah. I only started seeing the ad after I downloaded... After you downloaded the tower. Interesting. So I will say, I think right now, in terms of like the ranking for at least the iOS store, I think last time I checked, the tower ranked like 56 or 57 in the strategy category, I want to say, which I think was the highest category. But yeah. Yes, the same one that you mentioned. Okay, that's what I figured. They probably just like like edited it or whatever so that it could be on like a, I don't know, that sort of platform. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. They're pretty consistent from what I recall. Interesting. Oh, let's go. Uh, let's give a little congratulations to Whitey here. I just pulled Multiverse Nexus. Let's go. Good job, dude. That's awesome. Man, I need to stop calling everybody dude because there is. So, my YouTube analytics, there is 0.6% of my viewers are female. So, there is at least one out there. So, I need to be careful in the event that the one is watching and I accidentally call her dude. You know, I guess old habits die hard, I suppose. Just need to tweak their ad filters. Okay. We're still trucking on here. Also, guys, we have achieved maximum heat. So, it is now as hard as it's going to be for the rest of the tournament. So, that's a thing. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, hey! Shout out to any of you guys who know that movie. Yeah, man, isn't that... Yeah, that's Good Burger, isn't it? Isn't that Good Burger? Oh, man. Tag says my audience is 0.2% female. Pretty sure it's my girlfriend. At least you can get your girl to actually, like, watch your videos. I've tried to show... Like, I sent a link to my wife, and she was like, why are you sending this to me? And I was like, because I'm doing, like, YouTube stuff. You want to see? You want to watch a video? You want to see me say, hey, what's up, guys? My name's Spartan. And then she's like, you're an idiot. Anyway, that's about the end of that. Dude is pretty gender neutral at this point. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think the only thing that maybe would be better to say would be... Well, no, you can't say guy. Like, you can say, what's up, guys? Because that implies, hey, you guys. But if you just say, what's up, guy? Yo, JP978, you're a guy. Like, that's implying that you're a dude. That's different than just saying... Yeah, but dude... Oh, man, here we go. Yeah, I gotta figure this out. I don't want to get canceled for misgendering somebody. Oh, boy. Oh, no. So step one, I need to learn how to read. Then I need to learn how to do math. Then I need to learn how to save gems. And then we can figure out how to, like, adjust our vocabulary. I can't even talk. This is what I'm talking about. I'll figure out how to adjust my vocabulary accordingly. That should be good. We got a song. Oh, no. No. I did not sing a song. That's not what happened right there. I was quoting a movie. Yeah, no. Nobody tell Goose. I did not sing a song. That's not what happened right there. I call everybody bro. Yeah, I think bro's pretty, like, especially, like, culturally nowadays. Like, even, like, a lot of females that I know, they'll, like, call each other bro and stuff. It's, yeah. People, peeps, or fam. Well, I can't say fam, because that's all Clouded's thing. What's up, fam? Yeah, so he got what's up, fam, and I got what's up, guys. Interesting. On the main Discord, I've seen 2 or 3. There is one female in our Discord, like the Spartan Discord. It's Emily something. She's, like, decently new to the game. She joined, like, I think last week. Can't say party people either. Yeah, I know. Yeah, all the other YouTubers got all the cool intros, so now I'm just stuck with this generic one. Hey, what's up, guys? You know, it is what it is. Jay Plays, what is your intro? I feel like you mix it up a little bit every time. Not to call you out or whatever, but... Me and my fiance do a lot of different YouTube stuff across some channels together. but this is my private hobby one of sorts. She has a private one? No, not oh. Oh, that's funny. Send the link. Yeah, are we going to get a JPlay's other channel right here? Are we going to get the link? I will gladly subscribe. I'm lame, just hey guys. Yeah, I mean, technically you started first, so you could have said what's up guys. Wait, YouTube hates the what's up guys. What do you mean? That's like my whole thing, man. That's like my stick, you know? Yo, what's up, Ryan? Yo, has this live stream just turned into like a Tower Creators Anonymous circle? Are we gonna like... Is this like a therapy session or something right here? Tower Players Anonymous is in session? Question mark. Hello, everyone. My name is Spartan, and I struggle with indulging in stone packs. And then everyone says, "Hi, Spartan." Yeah, JPlays has a better idea. Never mind. He says circle jerk. Oh, boy. Well, we're starting to take a little bit of damage, but nothing too serious. That is the JPlays intro. Hey, guys. Your run is taking 5 hours. We all get to join and watch over 12 time zones. Yeah. I mean, if I keep this going too long, pretty soon the I forget if it's Australia. There's another country that kind of like wakes up around this time, I think. That I got a few viewers a few tournaments ago where I did a really long stream like this. Pause your doom scrolling with this tower video. Yes. Who is this, and why am I subscribed to you? Oh no. I don't know who this is either. He's he's probably just lying about doing a stone pack giveaway at 3,000, so you probably better off just unsubscribing, to be honest. Also, shout out to Ryan. He just joined the chat. He's another fellow tower creator. Decently new to it, actually. Not the game, but like doing the whole YouTube stuff. So, wait, do I know you IRL? I hope not. Do you know me IRL? Do you know my true identity? We might actually get wall health maxed here. Dang. Mr. Hyde. Hey, new tower player here. Any tips or suggestions on when to switch from Blender to Orb Devo? Oh crap, this person does know me. Wow. Who is this? Who are you? I don't know who you are, but you know me, and that's weird. I don't like that. Leonidas, is that you? Yes. Also, TS stands for The Spartan. You are correct. This is Spartan. Oh, sorry, I was answering a question. New tower player here. Any tips or suggestions for when to switch from Blender to Orb Devo? Well, the conventional wisdom is that you should wait to switch until you are, generally speaking, around 50 billion lifetime earned coins. That's not a hard requirement for when you should switch. But the reason that a lot of people will suggest that, like Jay Plays has mentioned that in his guides, I mentioned that in my guide, and sorry, I'm getting ADD moments from all of these chats here. But crap, what was I talking about? Sorry, I'm all perplexed from the whole initials thing. I'd recommend waiting until around 50 billion lifetime coins. I started earlier around 20 and it was too early for me. Yeah, so the reason that people suggest 50 billion lifetime earned coins is for the sake of having pretty much enough coins to properly develop your workshop. In particular, you want enough coins to make sure that you have obviously the like base requirements for Devo, but also your EHP, so health, defense percent, defense absolute, and health regen. You want to be able to have some healthy development in that, and also your enemy attack skips. You'll want to prioritize that quite a bit too. How far away are we from rank 3? We're not terribly far. Gotcha. I'm close. I'm close then. Thank you. I've been watching your videos and they've been helping a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching them. Happy to know it's helping somebody. But yeah, I know some people who have been able to start at like even prior to being at 10 billion lifetime coins, and it's worked for them. Perhaps it's been a little bit more difficult, but it still worked. I also know people that have started way later. That's why, I mean, like I mentioned, just the general advice that most people will give is somewhere around 50 billion lifetime coins. And the biggest thing with that, again, like we touched on, is having the necessary coins to upgrade some of the stuff to give you a fighting chance, pretty much. I switched to Orb Devo with Wall at 28 trillion and should have switched long before that. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm in the same boat. I started way too late. Okay, cool. We have Rend Armor maxed. So the only thing we don't have maxed is Wall Health. So I think it's about time to take out free upgrades and put... I don't know what to put here. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, Berserker, duh. Chain lightning damage, please. That would be great. How have I survived this long without Berserker? That's kind of crazy. Did it already instantly stack? No, not even. I'm just below 250 billion and I'm still doing Blender for cells. Yeah. I mean, that is kind of... It is a potential drawback of Devo. I mean, really, you're not going to get as many cells as you will running Blender. But there are ways around it, kind of like I discussed in my most recent video. You know, like what I did was I would do Devo until I got to around wave 2500 to 3000. And then I would basically swap to Blender during the run. And that allowed me to prolong my run. But obviously, because I was running Devo, I missed out on basically 3,000 waves worth of free attack skips. So, you know, it's an opportunity cost thing. You're basically temporarily sacrificing tournament performance and cells for the sake of getting your lifetime coins up so that you can ideally sort of do better in the long run, I guess is the best way to kind of say it. Ooh, Crusty Dusty. The other day, I switched to Orb Devo at, sorry, I can't read, 17 billion, and it went terribly. Then I went back to Blender. Yeah. It's, I'm curious what the biggest issue was, but I would be willing to bet you did not have enough... Uh-oh, hold on. We got to add on our music. Let me skip that real quick. I would be willing to bet it was related to not having enough coins to properly upgrade your health, health regen, and defense absolute. That's probably it. Guys, I'm kind of scared. I'm like looking out the window right now. Somebody knows me. That was a little bit scary. So, for perspective, this channel is technically recycled. This was a YouTube channel that I started like back in high school. I'm pretty sure I was making either like Call of Duty videos or League of Legends videos. And I basically went MIA, kind of quit YouTube, got a full-time job after high school, did a bunch of stuff, met my wife, had a kid, you know, life goes on. And I guess 7 or 8 years went by. And I didn't feel like creating a new channel, so I just used this one. Maybe I had some subscribers beforehand, but yeah. That was my issue starting around 20 billion. Yeah, probably I just made like no coins. Yeah. I think getting cards close to maxed, then use the tourney gems to respect. Oh, somebody was asking about the like modules to cards ratio. Like how many gems do you allocate to which and when? One thing that I've heard some people do, and I don't know if this is optimal, so take it with a grain of salt. Oh, hold on, gotta pause everything. My only YouTube mod, Zephyr, is going to bed. Hey, I also have to be up for work in 5 hours, so. Alright, man, well, thanks for stopping in, and I'm sure I'll talk to you at some point in the Discord or whenever. But later, man. Anyway, as I was saying, some people, what I've heard do, is they will only buy cards during the duration of, like, the event. So if there's an event mission that says, hey, buy 80 cards total, they will buy the cards during that time. And then basically same thing with modules. If they see a module mission for obtain 80 modules or whatever it is, they'll do that mission then. And then in the meantime, they're saving up gems for card slots in the event that, you know, there's not one or both of those missions. I feel like the card one is always a given, but there's not always one for modules. So finally, I can message all that crazy stuff that Zephyr was holding back. Oh boy. Oh boy. What's up, Rich? How you doing, man? Pretty sure that module question was me, lol. Yeah, but that is one thing that I've heard that some people will do. And really, it doesn't sound like a terrible idea. Because for my next card slot, it's what? 3,500... Oh boy. 4,500 gems. So if I only buy my 80 cards for the mission, and there's no mission for modules, that would allow me during those 2 weeks to save up quite a few gems. But that requires one critical thing that I severely lack, which is known as self-discipline. So, because it is much more fun to go in and hit the buy button and get a common matter chip. That is way more enjoyable. Did we get rank 3? Yeah, okay, we got rank 3. And we have passed our highest rank ever. So everything after here is just gravy. Man, I really wish I had wave skip on. We're not quite to 3 hours. We'll probably be to 3 hours by the end of this, I imagine. Also got my 15th slot at 50 billion coins, and I use that method. Interesting. Yeah, so it's something that I only recently heard about, and it seems like a decently well-balanced kind of way, because it can be very easy. Like, as soon as I unlocked modules, I spent a good amount of time trying to get, like, epic modules, you know? So, but if you have the self-discipline required to basically be patient and actually save up, I think it would be pretty easy to you know, kind of get some card slots. Okay, let me very quickly do this because stuff. Let's put this on ×4. Let's put this on times... Oh, crap. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I thought I had more things than I had. Whoops. Oh, well, that's fine. Chronofield duration is more important, so we'll go for that. Quick add. Let me mute that. There we go. I'm sitting at 15k gems waiting for... Oh, man. Syntax, you got jokes, man. You got jokes. He said he's waiting for the new featured banner. Oh, man. Have you not heard the rumor? They are doing away with the featured banner. Also, I made that up, so it's a joke. But what I think would be better than the featured banner, I think it would be really cool if they had a way that you could influence the percentage. So you already have a 2.5% chance of pulling an epic. I wish there was kind of like a wish list sort of thing where I could say, I want more dimension cores, and add that to my wish list. And it would basically, even if it bumped my percent chance by like 5%, so 5% of that 2.5% of pulling an epic would basically give me a slightly higher chance at pulling what I actually want. It would still be RNG, but in that case, it would be more customizable for each player, and they wouldn't just have to wait for the next featured banner. But I'm wondering if they would never do something like that, because it would probably be too overpowered. I don't know. But that's my 2 cents. I mean, at this point, I'm expecting guilds to disappear in a few days. Timer means nothing now. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's been kind of frustrating what the developers have been doing kind of as of late. But that's why I just went in, maxed everything out. I am officially sold out of everything. And I have 3 days to spare. So. But yeah. Who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him what? Yeah, I already wrote a long-ass written feedback about wish lists and other mechanism that other games do well. Just give us a tiny bit of agency at least. Yeah, I mean, I would say, arguably, and feel free to disagree with me, but I would say almost 100% people's biggest frustration with the tower, as it currently stands, is first and foremost the entirety of the module RNG random picking system. That's number one. And I think if I had to choose number 2, it might be related to like the chance of ultimate weapons, like which ultimate weapon you get, etc. But I don't know. Definitely by far number 1 has to be modules. There's just no way. What if, hear me out, what if we all, as a community, started putting in tickets? Like, if we all put in support tickets and said, hey, y'all need to, like, do right by the people that are spending money on your game, that are playing your game. You need to do right by us and, you know, let us have the mods that we want. You know? At least let there be a way for you to maybe complete a task, complete a milestone or something, to get you a better chance at getting a module. I don't know. J Plays says number 1 frustration, JP9. Oh boy. JP978. Number 2 frustration, modules. I kind of agree. Hear me out. So JP978, he's a lot further ahead than me, and you know, I get butthurt very easily, so I can't really take the smoke, but I can dish it. So I think that's part of it. They'll just put it behind another paywall. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that, because they will definitely do it. I'm still mad about the event boost. That still frustrates me. The relics, like, and of course they're giving the better relics, except this one. This one's good, but they're giving like the coins, and I think there was one last week that was really good too, like enemy level skip or something. Like they're putting those in the paywall category, and that's not cool. To me, that's when games start going bad. Like whenever they start basically just becoming cash grabs, that's when I get to the point of like, okay, I no longer want to play this game. I've gotten 3 dupes of Singularity Harness. Oh, man. Mystic Hair. Oh. Maybe it's talking about the hair of the rabbit. Or the bunny. Whatever. They're talking about the hair of the hare, you know? That is kind of... I mean, it does kind of make you wonder. It's like, how much effort are they really putting in when there's very, very simple, easy mistakes that could have been prevented? Like, something as simple as a semantic, like, spelling mistake, right? And that's coming from me, who sucks at reading. It does make you kind of wonder a little bit. I feel confident that that's a mistake and not an intended pun. 100%, dude. 100%. All right, Jay Plays is on board. He says, let's spread the hate. Oh, boy. But they'll just be added to the free rotation in the future. Yikes. Yeah, we were supposed to get, what, three new ones? Go check your settings and go to the encyclopedia. I've actually never looked at this. Okay, some good information here. Damage is damage each projectile deals to enemies. Well, what else does damage do? What does damage impact? Like, what does upgrading damage do? It doesn't tell me. Why doesn't it tell me? What does it say for defense absolute? I gotta check. So it looks like it's just taking like health, the maximum health of the tower. Yeah, it's literally just taking the workshop exclamations and copy and pasting them, basically. Whoops. Why are there a bunch of question marks? Why are oh, this must be stuff I haven't unlocked yet. Yeah, that's probably it. This is dumb. Oh no, JP978 is leaving. Okay, guys, the stream is canceled. We're calling it here. I'm gonna go ahead and end the run. I'm just kidding. But thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. I wish I could have went to yours. I need to like start turning on notifications for all y'all. Because I do like to join y'all's streams whenever you do them, but... No, it's not anything unlockable. Oh, so that's actually just an error? Like, they just said, whatever, I don't know what else to put here, then just put question marks? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. How close are we to... Wow, we're almost second place. I don't want to jinx anything, but so far, not going super terrible. Let me get rid of this clutter on my screen. Okay. Yeah, errors that have been there forever. Oh, Jay Plays, how are you liking the recovery package mastery? Do you regret getting it as your first one, or have you been pretty satisfied with the results? I imagine it would be pretty useful, because upgrading each of the modules, like having more shards available to do so, that definitely would be pretty good. I've heard that a lot of people really prefer to get that one first. I need to like look into each of them and see what I want to do. I really love the idea of oh wait, which one is it? Which is the one that gives like double elite spawns? Is that enemy balance? I want to say. But I think that one would be really good for the cells. Like I could pretty quickly start times 4ing quite a lot of stuff if I got that, but I want to say it's enemy balance. I could be wrong though. But even recent stuff like in-run stats and the way that things are grouped, like Death Ray and Landmine is under bots. Huh. You know, so here's my frustration. We're all making videos about this game. You would think that the developers would want to perhaps like have our input in certain things. Or perhaps that's a little bit greedy, egotistical maybe, I don't know. But they go through so many support tickets, right? They go through so many different bug things that take a lot of time without getting resolved. Oh, what's up, fam? All clouded. How are you doing, man? Oh, hang on. We got another ad. Let me skip it. There we go. All right, let me do my best all clouded impression. All right, hold on. 1, 2, 3. What's up, fam? All clouded here. We're doing a tournament stream. We're gonna get first place in Champions League. It's gonna happen right here, right now. Did I mention you're all fam? God, that was so cringe. So cringe. I'm you know what, just you don't have to stay all clouded. You can just leave. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But yeah, we're just currently, if you weren't here earlier, we're just kind of venting about some of the moves the devs have made and lack of communication, lack of professionalism, bugs in the game and bugs not getting resolved. Bunch of different stuff. And my little tournament runs going in the background. Very close, but still have that Canadian accent coming through. Oh boy. Well, hey, we tried, you know. Maybe he likes question marks and things cluttered, Ryan. Good point. Oh, Matthew makes a good point. He says, I think games that listen to their community tend to last longer. 100%. Because guess what? If I have a game and people are spending money on my game, what do I want to do? Do I want to, A, piss them off with a bunch of short resolutions to different issues? Just kind of, frankly, there have been several instances where the community has reported several like similar sort of issues, like the feature banner most recently. And he basically just ghosted everybody for several hours. Everybody was like, what's going on? We're supposed to have the feature banner. Where is it? There's that. Or B, actually have proper communication and make actionable steps to rectify whatever the issue is. I would say B is probably the better answer. But, I mean, everybody knows on multiple choice questions, you always go with C, which C is just delete the app, I guess. I don't know. Oh, yeah, all clouded. So there's a video. Actually, you were in it too, J Plays. Um, you all basically got called out. Well, quote unquote, shouted out, and then made fun of at the same time. Like, all with love, of course. But you guys will just have to find. I'm just gonna say it. It's another tower creator, but you guys are just gonna have to go find out which one. I think Fuds is busy. Anyone who's owned a business knows 100+ hour work weeks for years, or yeah, 4 years feels like. Yeah, I mean, there is validity in that. However, if you have something that grows to the scale that the tower's getting into, at what point do you kind of say, okay, I'm tapped out here. Like I don't have the resources or the energy to get into this. And I like at what point do you draw that line and say, okay, I need to start outsourcing some of this stuff? And they've already done it to a degree. Tech Tree is growing. They're growing their employees. They're growing, different ways like that. But if in one game you're getting a whole bunch of issues reported, that should be an indication, that something isn't right. And as a business owner, you have to take accountability for that, Obviously, like, show people grace, show people mercy, don't just be a friggin' jerk. But at the same time, if you're taking the responsibility of, like, owning a business, trying to do something, you have to kind of, like, call those shots, Nobody's going to do it for you. I don't know. Also, we are second place now. So that's cool. A little bit less than 200 waves, and we'll be first place. So we'll see if we can do that. The fast enemies are starting to kind of hurt, but how much chain damage do I have? Wow, 71. Okay, wall is dead, so that sucks. All of my energy shields are dead. This might be the end, guys. The fast ultimate freaking sucks. This next boss is gonna completely screw me. Yep, there's second wind. So I'm gonna drop the speed so that I can proc demon mode immediately after, and then we'll let this ride out till we die. And there's demon mode. Back up to 5 times speed. And wow, we actually maxed everything during this. That's insane. We're just gonna let it ride. We'll see how we go. Yes, I agree. In my opinion, the silence is the issue. Just communicate quickly that you're looking into the issue. Yes, that's my biggest frustration. Like, even if, you're not quite at the scale to actually resolve it, at least let people know. Like, hey, I've seen that there's an issue here. Our team is going to take these steps to kind of work on it, and we'll update you as soon as we have some progress to report. It's that simple. Something that small would have completely changed the entire featured banner issue. But they didn't do that. They left people on red, just spamming the Discord. Wow, we got wall back. Just in time. Nice. And we got it up. Okay, there's wall. And there's our energy shield. Oh boy. Come on, permanent black hole. Do your worst. I don't even care. This is still a personal best, so I'm chilling. There's no way that we pull first place, but I'll take whatever we can get here. Wow. Energy net coming in clutch. Give me like 6 wave skips. That'd be nice. Maybe a lucky death defy or something? Nope, just death. Okay, well, I am very much satisfied with rank 2. I will take it. 1,460 waves. Wow. Look at what we're doing. How many relics does this guy have? This guy only has 67 relics? I have 84. He must be using the effective path worksheet that I'm not using. Oh. I used it a little bit. It did help me get my chain lightning damage up quite a bit, which was nice. I need to re-update it and kind of look into it. So let's just look really quickly. The last time I was in Champions League, for those of you that weren't at the start of the stream, I did show it, so bear with me here. I'm going to show it again. Last time we were in Champions, we hit 1,268 waves and finished rank 2. This time around, we got over 200 more waves. Wait, hold on, let me do math. Okay, we got right at almost 200. Anyway, we did better than last tournament. That's all I'm trying to say. So, the next stop for me is Legends League, and hopefully, maybe, obviously, depending on whatever the battle conditions are, but hopefully, we can maybe beat our max wave in Legends League, and that will be during Saturday's stream. So, I generally, when I'm doing my streams, I know most of you guys already know this, but for my stream during the week, usually on Wednesdays, I will stream around like 6:30 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then on my Saturday streams, I usually do those around anywhere from like 10 to 12 p.m. Again, Central Standard Time. So, yeah. But I'm very, very satisfied with that. We're about to get 300 stones. And they're all going to go... Where is it? Whoops. They're all going to go... I don't know where they're going to go. Maybe more spotlight angle. Maybe some more bonus. Maybe some more chain lightning chance. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But we'll see. I don't really know what really needs help. I feel like my chrono field's getting pretty good. I don't know if I need more speed reduction or not, but we'll see. Don't settle. Go for the keys. Ah, man. Yeah, the fast ultimate, that thing kind of sucks. That thing really sucks. Fast buffs up to 10 at max level. 10 nearby enemies. So, I don't know what the spawn rate is or how many total enemies I was having there at the end. But if I had like 3 or 4 fasts on the screen at the same time, they're effectively making every single enemy just go really, really fast. When are you going to upgrade smart missiles? Oh boy, that is a good question. I've heavily been considering, now that I'm pretty happy with my chrono, I've really been considering either saving up for my next ultimate and getting Poison Swamp, or going ahead and biting the bullet, or the missile rather, and starting to work on smart missiles. I don't know what to do. We'll see. But maybe some of you guys that are a little bit further ahead of me, if you have any input, I am all ears. But yeah, that's going to be a wrap for today. I'm going to throw my farming stuff back on. And we'll just do that right there. Let's try... What was it I was trying to get? Oh yeah, crit factor. Let's see if we can just pull some crit factor. Come on, give me some... Nope. Nope. Oh well. So before next tournament, I'm going to try to get crit factor on here. And I'm probably going to try to get package chance instead of free utility. That's probably going to be the move. So, anyway, again, super, super happy with that. And shout out to all of you guys that are still here hanging out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I think I'm gonna wrap it up right here. But it's been a fun one. I mean, honestly, the champion streams, they've been fun to do. The legend stream, I think my one on last Saturday was very, very short. I just go for Golden Tower Plus ASAP and work on damage as you're moving towards Glass Cannon. Yeah, that's what we kind of talked about in the Discord call the other day. Yeah, I remember you were saying Golden Tower is actually very, very good. Golden Tower Plus, sorry. But I definitely want to try to do that. So my next ultimate weapon is 2400, and then after that it's 3000, I think is what you said. I can't remember. But as soon as I can get Golden Tower Plus, my econ should kind of skyrocket. But we'll see. Ugh. Yesterday I learned Poison Swamp is not actually that bad. Yeah, Tags, I was talking about that earlier before you got here. I was talking about how Ryan properly educated us about how Poison Swamp's not a meme. It's actually good. Post-rework. I don't know if it was any good pre-rework, but there's a balance of getting to a point where you earn enough stones, though, to be able to get Golden Tower Plus effectively. But if you spend, you can especially rush it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel kind of bad. I already sort of maxed out my budget for the next couple months just getting Chrono Field halfway decent. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna end it right here, guys. But thank you for watching, and I guess hopefully I'll see some of you guys on a Saturday stream when we are back in Legends. But anyway, I will see you guys later.